Yes, Lord, you are. You are amazing. Yes, Lord.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Okay, let me pause my music 1 second. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to a beautiful day. Welcome to an amazing day. And that's why I'm playing the song You Are Amazing. We're just trying to buy time for everyone. I know that we had sent mails and pushed out messages to tell people that we are going to be starting exactly by 10 o'clock. So I just want you to know that you are in the right room in case you were here and you're wondering, oh, I've been hearing music. What's happening? I want you to know that you are in the right room. So welcome, feel relaxed. If you have a cup of tea right there, yes, you can put it right there in front of you. It helps you to relax, yeah. So everything is set. We are going to have a great time today, and looking forward to, being your host and letting you have a great time with me also. So until 10 o'clock, I'm going to go back to playing the music so that you don't get bored, all right? So that you don't get bored. Yes, feel free. If you want to turn on your video, feel free. If you want to put it off, it's okay. If you want us to see your beautiful face, just like mine, of course. Feel free. Yeah. Thank you so much, everyone. If you want to say something, I know that everyone is coming, you're muted, the host and the co-host are on mute. So please, if you're not saying anything, I'm directing this now to the co-host. Please kindly mute your mic so that we have a seamless and a noiseless event. Thank you so much to all our speakers. I mean, a lot of people have been doing so much behind the scene, and I want to say thank you, especially to everyone. So on to 10 o'clock, I'm going to show my face again. Don't worry. Sit back, relax, enjoy. It's going to be an amazing time, and I promise you, we are going to have a great event. Music, please.
Dear God, you are amazing. Oh, you are amazing. Hey, you are amazing. Hey, you are amazing. Dear God, oh, oh, oh. You speak from heaven, we call it thunder. You are amazing. You smile from heaven, we call it rainbow. You are amazing. And you look from heaven, we call it sunshine. That's amazing. And you make me in your likeness. Super amazing. You are amazing, God. You are amazing. You are amazing, God. Yeah. You amaze me. Your eyes are full of love, and it's overwhelming, pouring down our strength. Your evident presence all over, knowing us, knowing. Your eyes are full of love, Jesus. It's overwhelming, pouring down us rain. And your evident presence all over, blowing us the way. You are amazing. Lord, you are amazing, God. You are amazing. Oh, my Father was in heaven. You are amazing. Yes, you are. You are amazing, God. You are amazing. You speak from heaven, we call it thunder. You are amazing.
All right, so welcome back for those who were just joining in. Welcome and good morning. Welcome officially to Skin Intervention Conference 2021. And I am so excited to be with you in this room. It's 10 o'clock and we are going to be starting right away. I know that a lot of people are going to be joining in right about now because, of course, we had shared the message to say that we are starting exactly by 10 a.m. So I'm sure that a lot of people are going to be finding their ways in. And while they're doing that, please, I need all my co-hosts to please stay alert so that I don't have anyone in the waiting room. I've seen some persons already. Please, someone help me approve them so that they don't have to wait too long. We don't want to delay anyone today because today we have a lot to talk about. We have a lot to learn. We have a lot to share. And I'm super excited because this is not just any kind of conference. This is when I was talking to one of my friends, he had seen the registration form, and he's like, Mary, why is this form so long? And I said the truth is that this is not just a kind of conference. This is a highly professional conference. This is a conference that is well thought about, and this is a conference to change something or to change the narrative about what we have always known, especially in a place like Nigeria. So when you see an event that reads skin intervention conference, you know that it's the fusion of two words. It's more like an intervention of something. So today we are talking about fighting poor skincare practices and culture with information through skin health tech education and massive online sensitization. I mean, that theme in itself is thick. When they say something is thick, I remember back then in news writing class, my lecturer would say that when you are presenting your news story, make it meaty, make it punchy. This theme is meaty. It is so punchy, and I want to say a big thank you to those who are the brain behind this conference, those who sat down to say, what, let's put together something like this to bring people from different parts of the world to come together to learn, to unlearn, and also to relearn. So once again, good morning, everyone. My name is Mary Ogundimo, and I'm so glad to be your host today. I'm going to be treating you to an amazing 3 to 4 hours event, and I hope that we all will have a great time. I've met some of us before now, at least I've met some of the speakers, so maybe some persons will, allow me to see their faces before the event ends. I love to really see faces. I love to see that, oh, I have people, real people here, and I don't have people who are probably just, swallowing a bar or amala behind the screen. Thank you so much for putting on your video. Thank you so much. I love to see the beautiful faces. Thank you so much. All right. We will not waste too much time, but then we have to do some really, really important things. And part of the important things is that we are going to be reciting the national anthem. I'm just going to be playing a video and sharing my screen as it's singing. Please, in your mind right there or in your house, you can sing along because, of course, however it is, we are still proud Nigerians. We are still proud to be a Nigerian. So I'm going to go over now to play the national anthem while I bring in the agenda for today. I'm going to be intimating us about what we are going to be doing today, how we are going to be moving from one part to the other, from one event to the other. I tell you, it's going to be an amazing time, really, really amazing time. But before I even go about that, let me pay special recognition to all our guests, to all the association, to all the groups that are here. I'm going to be, paying homage to you one after the other as we continue in the course of the event. But right about now, let's have the national anthem play and let's, of course, reference our own country.
Alright, so compatriots, Nigeria's call we love and strength and praise. Deliver up our eagles fast shall never be in vain. To serve with heart and mind, one nation bound in freedom, peace and unity. Hey, that's so, yeah, yeah.
Okay, so we are going to stop it right there so that we don't go all dancing. Okay, we are going to stop it right there. We pray that the labor of our heroes past will never, never, never be in vain. So thank you once again and welcome officially to Skin Intervention Conference 2021. And I'm going to just be taking us through the agenda for today. I'll be very brief about that, but just for you to know the things we're going to be doing today, we're going to be having an opening remarks that's going to be taken by the project lead intervention. I expect that is ready. I'm going to be inviting him very soon. After then, we're going to have the convener speech. After the convener speech, I'm going to be introducing a guest keynote speaker. You need to know, of course, that everyone who is speaking today is a special guest. And either I refer to you as a special guest keynote speaker or not, just know that you are special and you mean a lot to us. After then, we're going to be talking about the emergence of organic products. We're also going to be having a campfire session later in the day. That will be around 11:25 a.m. And we'll go over to networking sessions where we have the various associations that are here. We're going to be having a networking section. We're going to go back to another keynote speaker, and then we'll have a very, very important part of today's event. I'm not going to even let you in that yet. I'm going to just be keeping that to myself. But you don't want to miss that. That's going to be coming up about 12:30 p.m. So you don't want to miss that. After then, we're going to be having another conversation that is about another important event that's going to be coming up after this particular conference, another one from the organizers of this conference. So all those details I'll be bringing to you as we go on in the course of the event. So I don't want you to miss any part. The reason I just quickly did that rundown for you is so that you know that we have a lot in stock for you today. So at no point, I don't want to lose anyone, I don't want to miss anyone, and I don't want you to miss the very juicy part of this event. So stay calm, stay put. Don't forget, I've asked you to get a cup of tea if you have one. It's going to be good. Of course, you know that the weather is cold in some part of Lagos, so you probably want to have maybe something hot. You can have hot ginger tea, you can have have anything hot right in front of you so that you don't get, you don't get tired and you're probably sleeping. I'm sure no one is going to be sleeping off. I know how it can be for virtual event. Yes, so that's why sometimes I'm saying, oh, put in your video because I want to be sure again that no one is swallowing pandodium at this time of the morning. Okay, all right. So yes, I want to see what's happening. Kechi, I see your smile there. That's very beautiful, beautiful smile you've got. Yeah. So you see, when you put on your video, I'm going to see what you're doing and I'm going to acknowledge you. That's another reason why you should turn on your video if you like, of course. Thank you so much. I love. Oh, see beautiful people. Oh, why are you people hiding these faces behind the camera? Oh, see lovely people. And again, you know why I'm telling you to turn on your video? Because again, this conversation is around the skin, right? And I want to see, we have beautiful, lovely skins. And it's so beautiful. I can't even deny it. Thank you. Thank you so much for, of course, turning on your screen. So, a little details about the skin. You would know that our skin is the largest organ in the body and it plays a vital role in detecting hot and cold, in regulating the body temperature and protecting our muscles, bones, and internal organs. I got out some facts and I said I'm going to be sharing it with you today. Right before I bring on my introduction, oh, okay. I think I have somebody talking to me, but I'm not going to miss anyone. All right. I'm not going to miss anyone. While I'm doing this, that I'm expecting that our project lead for skin intervention, Omoni Alexander, is getting ready. I'm going to ask you to unmute your mic so that by the time it gets to your turn, you won't have to struggle unmuting your mic. All right. So while I'm doing that, I'm just going to read to you just some basic facts I got about the skin. And it's so interesting because again, sometimes we don't get to talk about this. It's so interesting. When I saw this fact, I was wow. I was like, wow. So I never knew these things about the skin. I really never knew these things about the skin. But again, it's so interesting to note that the average person's skin covers an area of 2 square meters. The skin accounts for about 15% of your body weight. The average adult has approximately 21 square feet of skin, which weighs 9 and contains more than 11 miles of blood vessels. Amazing. The average person has about 300 million skin cells. A single square inch of skin has about 19 million cells and up to 300 sweat glands. For those of the professionals in the skin industry, I'm sure they know what I'm talking about because again, as I'm reading this in, is like 300 million skin cells. How is that even possible in this my tiny little body? But I'm sure that by the time we get into the very serious part of this conversation, the professionals are going to explain to us how one skin constantly sheds dead cells, about 30,000 to 40,000 cells every minute, guys. Can you even believe that? Every minute. Some sources estimate that more than half of the dust in your home is actually dead skin. Wahoo! You're going to be getting to know about more interesting things as we go in the course of the event. I'm going to invite to the stage now Omoni Alexander, the project lead of Skin Intervention. Are you ready, sir? If you're ready, please can you just do a thumbs up so that I ask you to unmute and then I give you the floor. If you're ready, please can I have someone confirm to me that he is here? I'm working so much with the time. I'm working so much with the time. Okay, I see you, Andy. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right, so I've asked you to unmute, so you have the permission to unmute now, sir. Over to you. Okay, you can unmute.
All right, thank you, Mary Ogundima, for having me. It's a very huge honor and a privilege for me to be on board alongside all the panelists. And also, I also wish to take this opportunity to say a big thank you and a big appreciation to our project lead founder and the person of Kikelo Mokbatola. Thank you so much for your leadership. Thank you for pushing once more again. And also, I'd like to acknowledge the presence of all of our panel speakers, guest speakers, keynote speakers on this platform as well. I am Alexander Moni, popular as Ni Alex, president for Mundo Internazionale, an Italian international non-profit organization that expanding its footprints in Europe and across Africa. And then also I double my role as a project lead for SKINTERVENTION Nigeria. It's a very sweet experience it is, I must say, to see SKINTERVENTION in its second year, thriving and doing pretty well, breaking bounds and crossing new chasms to bring education and the experience of what the leadership of Kikelo Mokbatola's team is bringing into the public debate of Nigeria. But I have to pay attention to what's important right now so I can be guided about my time. In Nigeria, the beauty and the personal care market is talking about 3.2 billion naira, and that's the statistics that's about 2020, making Nigeria the sector that's a rising star in sub-Saharan Africa. I mean, you look at that statistics and that's a big one. But how would the cosmetic industry be doing about 3.2 billion euro in a country like ours? And then something tells me that there's a whole lot more when it comes to the skin, because skin intervention is two things. It's not just about the talk about the skin. It's not the DIY, a do-it-yourself or take care yourself issue. But I think it goes beyond the conversation of a DIY and delve into deeper issues around the industry, all the stakeholders, the players involved. Then also we need to look at what the dermatologists are doing in the country, also what the epidemiologists are doing. And then also we need to look at the spa, the beauty sector. I mean, it's pretty much a very large sector, to be very honest with you. And then also the skin actually, like Mary mentioned earlier, is the largest organ in the body. So when we're talking about the skin, we have to consider the hair. You have to look at a lot of products that drive in that direction. So we're talking about $1 billion industry right here. Okay, here are the points I have to take note. Please, can you hold on? I have something just fell off in my house. 1 minute, I'll be back, please.
So sorry about that. All right, it's fine. Thank you. So sorry about that. All right, while you're fixing that, I'm really enjoying the conversation already. I'm so enjoying it already because, again, if you were following this conversation, Mr. Alex just said something and it resonates because, again, it goes down. Don't forget what I just shared about some facts about this scheme. And he said it's beyond the DIY, do it yourself kind of thing. So this is not a conference that is just coming to say, oh, your skin, this is how you keep it fine. This is how you keep it safe. Oh, this is what you do. It's not just about that. This room is filled with different stakeholders in different industries. This room is filled with professionals, and you notice I've been using the word professionals because I know that a lot of us in here are a huge player in the industry. And it's so amazing to see that we have this kind of conference to bring us together, to learn, to share thoughts and even compare notes, with some of the things we know before and the things we're going to begin to know. So again, I'm going to pay homage to everyone who is saying thank you for coming, the dermatologist, the beauty care attendant, the dermatologist, the epidemiologist. Thank you. Thank you so much for coming. So I had to specifically learn how to pronounce these words because I know that these are words that are common in the skin industry. So as we go on in the course of the event, I'm going to be using some big grammar. Are you even ready? Are you ready? I see people smiling. All right. So I'm just saying thank you to everyone. And of course, I want to pay homage to Madam Kofo Martins. Yes, I have to do that. Thank you very much, Mama. Yeah, we cannot hear your voice now. Don't worry, Mama. I'm going to ask you to unmute, but I can see you and I have to pay homage to you. And thank you once again for sacrificing your time yesterday. So while we wait for Mr. Alex to be back, I'm going to ask you to please note down your questions. As we go on in the course of the event, I'm going to be calling for questions. If you have questions to ask, if you have something to say, please note it down so that by the time we get into the part of the questions, you're just going to drop it in the chat box and I'm going to be picking it up from there. Please understand that we have to mute everyone so that we have a noiseless event. Oh, Mr. Alex is back. Welcome back. I'm going to ask you to mute now so that you can continue. And once again, sorry about that. You have the floor, sir.
All right. Thank you once again. Sorry, friends, I had to quickly attend to something urgent.
We understand.
So we're good here. Thank you very much. All right. So SKINTERVENTION Nigeria 2.0. I think I'd like to just say that our small effort is creating a colorful change in our community. And it's really amazing to see a decade-long effort in its second year, eradicating poor skincare culture and practice, seeing that gather again, to spotlight on this platform the likes of our big mommy in the house, whose presence actually cast a huge spotlight here, Madam Kofo. Thank you. It's a huge honor to have you on board. And then also, we're having experts and stakeholders, different communities who are also here today. We're all here in this atmosphere, a virtual atmosphere, to share meaningful ideas and an actionable plan that will help to progress and bring meaningful impact in our own sector and industry. First, I'd like to introduce what I do. I'm a strategic consultant, leadership and management for nonprofits and startups that have a social mission at heart. I work with Kikelo Mokpatola, actually extended this part where we are bringing SKINTERVENTION Nigeria into a larger debate of Nigeria. And then also, the Kikelo Mokpatola's team continues to thrive amidst COVID-19 restriction, especially where in-person gathering is looking very difficult in 2021. I remembered the year 2020 when we had our maiden edition. We chose a location within the academic environment where we could reach out to more of our undergraduates, so their eyes can be open to the possibilities within this sector and burgeoning industry. And then also it was at the tick of a time when the fear and the news of COVID was hitting town. And it was amazing, I must say, that we recorded significant amount of attendance on the day. And so we were very sure that this was just one thing that Nigeria was ripe and ready and prepared to be a part of and to learn from it. And so we had professors in the academia who shared amazing insights and knowledgeable facts with us on that platform. Yeah. And fast forward today, what do I have to say? Now, when I came in, I said something that the skin industry, I'm talking about the cosmetic industry, is talking about 3.2 billion euros in Nigeria. That's a sub-Saharan record-breaking market across Europe, here in Nigeria. And then also something tells me there is a huge hypocrisy that has a pretty remarkable impact happening in Nigeria. If you follow the history of this country pretty well, cosmetic is something that was a below the shelf thing that was sold in the 70s. Because there was a religious undertone as to why people should not use cosmetics on their face. And and that was something that was
This
not.
is Mr. Alex, don't worry. We're coming back to that conversation, and I'm particularly interested in that conversation. I'm sure that during the course of the event, I'm going to bring up this particular line. I'm going to bring it up again, and please be available to attend to it when I bring it up, right? All
Okay,
right.
okay,
Thank
okay.
you. Thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
sir. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Alex. Thank you. It's great to hear from the program's lead, of course, someone who is a part of the team, who has, been doing this not just today, who has been there, who knows the story, more like the before, during, and after kind of thing. But now there's no after here because Ask Intervention is here to stay. And I'm looking forward to Intervention Conference 2022. If you're looking up to Intervention Conference 2022, can I see you wave? Can I see you wave? Can I see you wave? Hey, beautiful. Only the beautiful people are waving. Only the beautiful people are waving. Okay. Don't mind me. All right. So going about now, going on. Let me invite to the stage the person who has brought us here together. The person who has said, you know what, I have something to give. I have something to share. Let me bring people here to come and listen, to come together. The brain behind this whole setting, you see, this whole event. I'm sure that some of us know her already, but for those that do not know her, it's important to state that this amazing woman, all the way from West Africa, I mean, the beautiful ones are from West Africa, in case you don't know, in Nigeria, is a practicing derma epidemiologist who founded Warrior Gold Cloud, a skin healthcare therapeutic center in 2013. She is the president of the Skin Institute Academy and doubles on a role as convener SKINTERVENTION Nigeria Conference, a decade-long campaign to eradicate poor skincare culture and practices in Nigeria. It has helped to bring to a shared spotlight of education and public debate the most popular skin health topics that have left the nation surfing the net on the laptops and phones in search of answers, which has poured out as passion to publishing the Skin Beauty magazine. She brings a rare combination of professional skills on from a days in GlaxoSmithKline Pharmaceuticals as a dermatological detailing manager, a position which provided a crucial insights and informed heavily on the direction our skin healthcare campaign is forging. A vast entrepreneurial experience spanning over 2 decades in the spa business has made the brand a household name and a pride of Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, it's an honor to know that as a matter of interest and focus, she takes her experience and ideas forward with a heavy bet on science, instincts of an entrepreneur, and technology to stem the gap in the unhealthy practice and abuse of skin. Project management is her first love, and she is highly regarded by family and friends as a born marketer. I can attest to that, at least. A master degree program in public health and occupational safety and health management is a plus in achieving the desired goal of the Skin Institute Academy. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome with me, Madam, like I like to call her, Madam Kikelomo Okpatola. You have the floor, Madam. I know that as I'm reading that, you're probably smiling already. You have the floor, ma.
Thank, thank you so much, Mary. Thank you for that. Good morning, everybody. Very good morning to chairman of this year's conference, in the person of Professor Ejiola Iwaju. Is not available now to join us, but he may later join us on this. Good morning to the keynote speakers, associations, colleagues, professionals in public health, artisans, estheticians, cosmetologists, barbers, hairdressers. Good morning to us all. Ladies and gentlemen, everyone and all present here. My name is Kikelomo Okpatola, the convener for SKINTERVENTION 2021. And I'll be giving the welcome speech for today's conference and kicking off the 4 hours virtual conference starting today. In the next 5 minutes, of my welcome speech for SKINTERVENTION 2021 virtual conference. I'll be walking you through what the conference is about, how useful it is for you, and what to do. What does the future hold for all of us in the context of the theme of this conference? It is my pleasure to walk you through the conference, introduce you to the speaker and delegates that have come from all over country today to share their knowledge and enhance our mental horizon. Today's conference is the first virtual conference and one of its kind for us. I will call on the event compare Mary Obudimu to grace the welcoming. I think she has done that ahead as well, but I will also call her to welcome the speakers before I proceed on my speech for the day. Mary, kindly take the floor.
Okay, thank you very much, ma'am. So, one thing I like about Madam Kike is just the way she calmly takes over the entire shine. She comes in beautifully with a calm voice, and everyone is focused on her because, yes, she's the center of attraction, one woman with a very beautiful skin. All right, so let me go over and recognize all our speakers for today who are experts in various industries that they belong to. Not in any particular order, I'm going to be recognizing the presence of Mr. Oluyide Olatunji, who is a public health professional. Thank you so much for being here with us today. We appreciate you. I have the honor of meeting you yesterday, and it was just an amazing one for us. Thank you. And of course, for putting in a lot of thought into this. I mean, I saw your slide and I was just amazed. Well done, sir. We recognize you and we appreciate your presence. Going on to recognize the presence of Dr. Rotimi Akinlese, who is the founder, Less Privileged Children Encouragement Initiative. Thank you so much, Doctor. It's great to be here. He's also the zonal manager with the Ogun State Agricultural Development Program. I'm going to be talking more about him when we get to the part where he has to come up to talk or to speak with us. Going over now to introduce one amazing woman, beautiful woman. I don't know. I hope the men, the male speakers are not jealous because again, when I want to introduce female speakers, I don't know. Maybe because I'm female, I just like to emphasize the fact that these women are so beautiful. Yes, all our male speakers are handsome, don't get it wrong, but these women are just so beautiful. You get to see what I'm talking about. Introducing Mrs. Adepeju Aderito Owa. I met you also yesterday. We've been talking for a while, and you have just a sweet voice. She is a finance professional, and I love the fact that in this conversation today, we are not leaving the money part out of it. It's very important. I'm sure that a lot of professionals are saying, you know what, we want to hear the money part. We want to hear the money part. Don't worry, we're going to come to that because, of course, we have an expert in the house to do that for us. Going over now to also introduce Mr. Peter Olaleye, one fine gentleman I also met yesterday. You see what I'm talking about when it comes on. He is a risk and data analytics expert. Thank you so much for coming here. We appreciate you. And of course, also introducing Dr. Vali Alero Emina. Thank you so much, madam, for being here. We value you, we love you, we appreciate you. She is a consultant and a public health physician. And now I'm going to introduce my own mama. My own mama. I don't know. I had to keep it because I know that I want to have some swag, in our introduction. I want to add some swag because I met this beautiful, lovely woman yesterday, and oh my God, she's so endearing. That's the word. She's so endearing. Even the way she talks, you know that this is a mother. This is a mother. And Mama, we love you. But I hope you know that I love you so much. Madam Koforola Martins. The one and only one in the entire universe, Madam Koforola Martins. Thank you. Thank you so much, Mama, for being here. We love you, we value you, we appreciate you. The CEO, Avi Beauty Smith, the HR practitioner and lawyer. And again, I told you I'm going to be unveiling some things during the course of the event. I'm not going to bring it up. I'm not even going to bring it up now, and I'm not going to be tempted to mention it. But By the time we introduce that part, you'll see what I'm talking about, and you will see why I specifically hail Madam Kofo. Thank you so much, Mama, for all you do in the skin industry. Thank you. Thank you so much, Ma. We love you. So that will be that about the introduction of speakers and the guests we have today. I'm also going to be paying homage to all the associations we have here today. But before I do that, I'm going to let Mrs. Patala. Please, Madam Kike, over to you now so that you can be done with your speech and then we move on to the next agenda.
Thank you so much, Mary, and thank you everyone for listening. Our SKINTERVENTION Nigeria conference had a maiden edition tagged SKINTERVENTION 2020 in the year 2020, almost at the verge of the COVID-19 pandemic outbreak. And it was an excellent way to kickstart despite the rave of the pandemic. We recorded 67 participants at the social distancing and 4 exhibitors. For many people, such conference was a unique one and would love so many people within the university location to have benefited. The conference theme was around our discovery on the future of skin healthcare culture in Nigeria, where we gave the dynamics, updates, and key insights of skin healthcare trends and directions through which digital technology is driving the future of skin healthcare. This conference has come a long way since 2020, despite the sudden COVID-19 pandemic, to bet around 4 pillars to hold its sustainability in Nigeria, and has surpassed the various challenges that our skin healthcare system has faced over the years. And we have adapted to the changing technological trends in the industry and deploy ways to help the industry by inculcating behavioral changes and technique, teaching skin care education rightly and continuously. From having this conference with just 67 participants in 2020, we have come a long way in making the conference a huge success with an increase in our online visibility to help with giving adequate and right information to the public. The theme for SKINTERVENTION 2021 is fighting poor skincare practices and culture with information through skin healthcare education and massive online and virtual sensitization and education. We are proud to announce today that 2 of our tools to help us with the conference theme is the skin healthcare education and has birthed the Skin Institute Academic Beauty School, powered by our partner Wura Gold Cloud and the Skin Beauty magazine, which would be launching out today alongside the conference. Every year we have a theme for the conference ranging from our discoveries to fighting poor skincare culture and practices through skin healthcare education. But this year, this conference holds special value because this is the first conference in the history of SKINTERVENTION Nigeria where the entire conference is taking place on a digital platform. Due to the changing time caused by the COVID-19, we encourage our participants to stay safe and maintain social distancing, as a result of which this conference will be the first of many conferences in the future that would be conducted remotely through the use of advanced technologies such as augmented reality and virtual reality. The theme of the conference is the change in skin healthcare education dynamics around the world due to COVID-19 pandemic. We have experts from across the field who will be staying with us for the next 4 hours, sharing their thoughts, knowledge, and opinions with the rest of us. Skin infection is becoming prevalent as a result of the boom in the skincare industry, with no control measures coupled with the gap of approximately 110 dermatologists serving a whole population of 200 million Nigerians. Massive community engagement is required to teach skin healthcare education and ensure that every Nigerian is aware of the consequences of using the wrong skincare products. The need to choose the skincare products which caution to avoid complications aggravating to severe skin itching, and a passageway for all kinds of skin infection and get back to the African self-identity in Nigeria. A petition to engage the community to understand the do-it-yourself mechanism to control the prevalence of skin infection entry becoming an epidemic. The need to speak to a certified licensed skincare expertise or see a dermatologist. Avoid unlabeled and unregistered organics by reading your labels to improve the quality of life, aging elderly in a supple skin, free of infection and reduce transmission of skin infection. A petition to throw open the derma units to public health practitioners to encourage more youths to study to enable skin health education become teachable to close the gap in the skincare industry. Like every year, the conference hosts many events such as breakout sections, exhibition visits to booth stands, interviews, skin storytelling moments, give impact reports, and other such knowledge enhancing activities for all the attendees who have signed up for the conference. The only difference in this conference is that the entire conference will be handled digitally, and we will be walking you through the events and activities of the day. I would like to lay out the major outcomes of the conference with respect to the sub-themes of the conference, which is the learning from the use of data, information, and digital breakthrough technologies to capture and curtail the spread of poor skincare lifestyle using the IPC infection prevention control techniques to focusing on controlling skin infection amongst the skin beauticians, e.g. artisans, estheticians, cosmetologists, among others in the skin beauty industry, and expostulation on emergence of organic products, pros and cons in the public skin health as a preventive measures for massive sensitization on behavioral changes of the community lifestyle. The major outcomes that we expect from this conference as a national and international framework for the change in skin healthcare education around the world and how it can be inclined with the concept of social distancing caused due to COVID-19 pandemic to fighting poor skincare practices and culture with information through skin healthcare education and massive online virtual sensitization and education. We will also be talking about the best practices in the skincare sector education with events such as campfire sections and networking sections, shedding more light to regularizing financials for skincare organizations and other such knowledge, enhancing the risk assessment and mitigation in the skincare industry. The major outcome of the conference has always been the betterment of our country, Nigeria. Every year, we hope that attendees in such activities are in a large number and make this conference a successful one. Last but not the least, I would like to thank all the keynote speakers, the attendees around the country, the Public Health Department of Nigeria, the associations, delegates, and everyone who has joined and made this a record-breaking for us, Skintervention Nigeria. Skintervention Nigeria Limited is a CAC registered for profit business to drive a decade campaign to eradicate poor skincare culture and practices in Nigeria. It had its maiden edition on the 19th of March 2020 at Tayo Aderinokun Lecture Theatre at University of Lagos, Akoka, and recorded a huge success of 67 participants and 4 exhibitors. If you need to know more about this brochure, kindly subscribe with Mary.
Are you there, ma'am? Okay, can we still hear her? Okay, I think we can. Please, can I get charts in the chat box? Can you still hear her or Am I the only one talking? Let me be sure. Oh, okay. She's out. All right. Thank you so much, Mrs. Kike Opatola. I was even going to, come on to say we have a lot to talk about. And particularly, I love the fact that you have taken us through the journey so far. You've taken us through more like how it started. And it's so amazing because we can see the antecedent, right? We can see the antecedent. So thank you very much for doing that for us. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So I'm going to bring in our first keynote speaker for today. And I'm going to be inviting him to the stage now. I'm sure he's ready. In person of Dr. Rotimi Akinlese, who is going to be talking about skincare for the less privileged, a matter of concern. And trust me, it's a thing of concern. Thank you so much, Dr. Rotimi, for doing this with us. Are you here, sir? Are you available? Are you ready so that I can call up your presentation and then I give you the floor, all right? Okay, so I see a lot of people raising up their hand. If you're raising up your hand, I want to assume you have something to say or you have maybe a question to ask, so you could probably just drop it in the chat box. I'm going to be checking the chat and I'm going to be reading all the questions or answers right there. So thank you very much, Dr. Rotimi. You have the floor, sir.
Thank you very much. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Good morning, sir. Do I go ahead to share your screen, sir? Do I go ahead to share your slide?
Yes, please go ahead.
All right. Okay.
Please go ahead.
Right.
I'm having a little issues with connecting.
All right. So no problem.
I'm trying to move away from where I sat. So
all right, no problem, no problem.
Okay.
So while you're probably trying to fix that, let me just tell our listeners a little bit about you. So the truth is, Dr. Rotimi has a lot to his profile. I mean, this is a man who wears many caps. When only one man holds a PhD degree in agriculture from the University of Ibadan, who is also a member of the International Association of Research Scholars and Fellows, who is also in the Nigerian Society of Plant Protection and Nigerian Society of Nematologists, apart from other agricultural associations. Then you know the kind of person that is talking to us today. He attended Mayflower School, Ikene, for his secondary school education and later had a stint at the Federal Government College, Odogbolu, for his higher school certificate education. So I'm just going to skip because this profile is so meaty. Don't forget what I said when I started: meaty profile, punchy profile. But important to know that he is on a board of trustees and board of governors of a number of charity organizations and school. He is a recipient of several awards, both national and international, and a mentor to many mentees. Dr. Rotimi is a recipient of the Ogun State Award for the Most Outstanding Civil Servant of the Year. He was the immediate past vice president for Africa of X-May's Global Charity and currently the national president of Mayflower Old Students Association. He, alongside with his wife, founded the Less Privileged Children Encouragement Initiative, a not-for-profit charity organization that has touched the lives of over 20,000 less privileged children. Just a lot of figures through various projects in Lagos, Ogun, Oyo, Osun, Delta, and Imo State. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a lot of cap he's wearing. I must say, it's a lot of cap. If you see the profile I have right in front of me, it's just something to be proud of. And I'm sure, again, with everything, Dr. Rotimi is a Christian minister, an administrator, a film actor, a dramatist, a writer, and is married to Dr. Bukola Akinlese. They're both blessed with 3 wonderful children. Doctor, initially I wanted you to do the introduction by yourself. That's why I probably didn't even read it before I brought you on. But when I went through it again, I'm like, it's an honor for me to read this. It's an honor for me to do this. So thank you very much, Doctor, for coming with us. Thank you so much for doing this. We appreciate you. We value you. So once again, welcome on board.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you. Thank you, everybody. Glad to be here. And I want to thank my sister, Opatola, for Kike Lomon for inviting me to be part of this. Right from day one, when she mentioned it, I got into it, and I just know within me that this is what we just have to do. We need to talk about the skin, and for me, the less privileged are very dear to my heart, and I just feel I should walk along with her. So I'm not going to take too much of our time. I'll try and go straight to the point. My slides are not too many. I have some pictures I'm going to show us. And I, at the end of the day, want to see how we can all work together in helping the less privileged. Can I start by saying that everyone that is here this morning is not a less privileged person? None of you. I've seen your faces, and I can tell you that none of you is less privileged. So I will be bringing the story of the less privileged people and their skin to us. Then we can see what we need to do to help them. So I'm going to start. The topic is skincare. Sorry, you can just go back. Skincare for the less privileged, a matter of concern. And truly, it's a matter of concern. Okay, next slide. The next slide will just show you children that we visited in one of their schools, and they formed EI. EI is an encouragement initiative. So those kids, after we given them stuff that we needed to give them, writing materials, sandals, school sandals, bags, and all that. So we decided to form EI with those guys. Well, let me move on. Excuse me. Okay. So, what we do at EI, we work and care for less privileged children, and by extension, their parents. We have been able to touch lives of over 20,000 children in Lagos, Ogun, Oyo, Kwara, Delta, and Imo states. We give school standards, midday meals, school uniforms, medical drugs, clothes, shoes, food, scholarships, etc. to this set of children. And the next slide will show you some of these children. Please can show them the next slide, please. The next slide, please. Okay, the next slide, yes, the next slide. With the picture, the next slide with the picture. Okay, thank you. So we can just move on because of time. So these are children that we have touched their lives in one way or the other. And I can tell you that all these children are in public primary schools. And we've gotten them quite a number of things. However, while doing all this, no, sorry, you've jumped a slide. Okay, no, we'll go to where, yeah, exactly. Thank you very much. However, while doing all this, giving out sandals to children, giving out school bags, helping them with food, providing drugs and medication for children living with sickle cell for over 20 years. We've been doing that for about 20 years now. And quite a number of things we've been doing, going to rural villages and rural village schools. While we are doing all that, we have come across a lot of skin diseases that we are handicapped in tackling. Not because we do not know what to do. My wife is a medical doctor, but then the truth is that it's not really majorly our focus, but then while we're doing what we should do, we come across this and we try all we can to do something about their skin. But I tell you that we don't have all the wherewithal to do that. Then we do the little we can do and we move on. But there is a serious need for government and the society to get involved so that we can come to the aid of these set of people. Skin diseases in developing countries, especially Nigeria, have a serious impact on people's quality of life, causing loss of productivity at work and in school. The child begins to sleep because the child has lies on his head that has taken its toll on the head. The boy won't be able to sleep at night. Then he gets to school, he's trying to catch a nap. The teacher is teaching, and also have the parents who also have skin diseases. So it reduces their productivity, and then discrimination due to disfigurement. There is a serious discrimination against them, and their friends don't want to play with them. People run away from them. There's a lot of stigma around them. The skin changes may also indicate the presence of more serious diseases that need treatment. So it's not only the fact that the skin of this young boy is not too fine, or the mother looks somehow. The truth is that your skin might actually indicate or tell us or inform us that there is something more serious that is going on. So why must we do something now? Now, you may say, like I said, all of us rather, that are on this program, we are not less privileged at all. And thank God for that. But we have them as our gardeners. They are our gate men, the vigilantes in our area. They are the ones we meet at the market when we want to buy fruits and vegetables. They hawk the things we buy on the street, on the road. So one way or the other, we make contact with them. So we need to do something about that, because when we make contact with them, there's a way they can infect us. So we can't just keep looking at them and say they are less privileged, their matters do not concern me, and it can't get to me. No, one way or the other, we mingle with them. Your gate man as a child who runs around and at times comes into your house. Your gardener, at times, his wife will visit him. So, and she has scabies. One way or the other, they get to us. And apart from this, the Bible clearly says in Psalm 41, please, you allow me to do that, 1 and 2, blessed, and that's the next slide, blessed is he that considers the poor. The Lord will be with him in times of trouble. The Lord will preserve him and keep him alive, and will not deliver him unto the will of his enemies. So even if we feel we cannot get infected by them, doing this alone is good. Helping the less privileged, supporting the poor, considering them, there's a whole lot of things God will do for us for doing that. Now, so the next slide. So why skin intervention for the less privileged? Why must we do that? The skin is the body's largest organ. There are various skin diseases ranging from allergic disorders, stings, bites, and infestation by lice, by bed bugs, by mosquito, papules, scales, plaques, eruptions, acne rashes, viral skin infections, scalp infection like dandruff, bacterial skin infections, viral skin infections, okay, I've said that, non-cancerous, precancerous, and cancerous tumors. All these things affect our skin or the skin. The less privileged who live in poor conditions are at high risk of developing different medical diseases, of which dermatological diseases are very, 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 very common. Next slide. Many of these skin diseases, for example, scabies, are endemic in many resource-poor communities. Transmission is influenced by social attitudes, by migration, by then access to healthcare services when they don't have access to it. Housing conditions they live in, you can have 10 people living in one room, the father and the mother and the children sleeping on one bed, the hygienic conditions, and then overcrowding. Then epidermal parasitic skin diseases, which we call EPSD, occur worldwide and have been known since ancient times. But that's these six EPSD, they are of particular importance. And we see many of these when we go to schools, public primary schools and public secondary schools, to assist or support these children. And of course, if they have it, then their parents are likely to have this. Scabies, pediculosis, that's the head lice, body lice, pubic lice infestation, tungiasis, sand flea disease, hookworm-related cutaneous larva migrants. They are prevalent in resource-poor settings. A huge need. Now, care for the skin diseases of the less privileged in our society is lacking. Nobody takes care of it. They are on their own. Whatever they can do, some of them will go to traditional healers. Just yesterday, I saw something written somewhere that if you have diabetes, you can come to a babalawo's house. I mean, I was trying to juxtapose that. I mean, how would that really? There's no relation. How can oh my God? So that's the level they are. There is a huge gap calling for our attention. Many of us feed them, we give them school fees, we provide empowerment for them, but we neglect their skin. We need to do more. We need to do more. If we can give food as palliatives during the lockdown, we can also give gels or balms or skincare products along with the food, so that when they eat, they can also take care of their skin. There is need to organize village meetings where trainings on how to treat skin diseases are brought to the fore. Schools need to be visited with trainings on skin care and provisions made for the supply of the necessary skin care products, if possible, free of charge to those who need them. Now, I begin to find a way to wrap up now. A few of what I have come across in school, I'll just show you some. I try not to show the faces of these children. So you can see those heads. You can see the heads. Now you can see the legs. Now you can see these legs. You can see the leg. The next slide, please. Okay. So you can see, of course, don't look at the sandals. Those are the things we go to change in their schools, but we come across, you can see why we are trying to change these sandals, change these slippers, change these things they wear. We come across skin problems. Now, you can see that, you can see the foots, you can see the thumbs and all that. Now, how can we assist the less privileged with their skin problems? How? Control measures will only be successful if communities are committed to participating and members of the community actively engage themselves during planning, implementation, and execution. So in essence, we need the community. You cannot just treat one person or two persons in isolation. However, it is the responsibility of the government and the society to provide trainings and resources where those on the lowest incomes can commit themselves and contribute actively. Just like we have people providing food items, sandals, books, etc. for less privileged children in schools, I will be happy to see people provide, maybe in partner with Rural Good Cloud, organizers of this conference, skincare products for these children and their parents. Our companies, our families can take this up as our CSR. Your family wants to celebrate, maybe you want to remember your father that died 20 years ago. Yeah, you can cook the rice if you want to cook the rice, but you can also decide to go to a village. You can contact people like us. We can even go to your own village. Then we talk to them in that village and we provide some so that we can help them. Conclusion: poverty influences the epidemiology of skin diseases among the less privileged in many ways. It ensures ongoing transmission, facilitates atypical ways of spreading the infectious agents, and increases the chances of exposure. This results in an extraordinarily high prevalence and intensity of infestation. Stigma, poverty, lack of access to healthcare, and deficient behavior in seeking healthcare are the reasons why some of these skin diseases frequently progress untreated. There's a lot to be done. I look forward to people coming together or partnering with Rural Good Cloud to combat this problem. Together is better. Thank you for listening. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Amen. Thank you so much, Dr. Rotimi. Thank you. Thank you so much. I mean, this is a eye opener. I must say, this is a high hope now. Thank you. Yeah, I see the comments. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. I see the comment in the chat box. I say thank you for the call to action. Someone says, "Oh, can I have your number?" Oh, okay. That was not for doctor. Okay, I'm checking the room now, and someone said, "Oh, I'm really happy to be a part of this conference academy. Big thank you to uh, Dr. Rotimi Akinlisi. Wow, thank you so much. Thank you, doctor. I mean, this is such a eye opener. I mean, for many times, a lot of organizations and a lot of people are focused only on providing food, clothes, shoes, bags, books, and all of those things. What happens to the skin which on which you're going to use these things, right? So thank you for that eye opener. If you have questions, drop them in the comment section. I'm going to be taking it up, and I'm also going to be doing justice to them. Thank you. Moving on. So what I'm going to be doing is that I'm going to be telling our speakers the amount of time they have so that we walk in line with the agenda we have, so that we don't overstay our session here. So I'm going to be inviting the next speaker now, and he is going to be talking about the emergence of organic products, the pros and the cons in the health in the public skin health industry. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Oluide Olatunji, amazing gentleman I met yesterday. And of course, I need to tell you a bit about him. I'm also going to be asking him to mute in a bit. And while I do that, just a bit about him. You need to know that all the people we have here today are people who are excellent in their various fields. People wearing different caps. I don't know how to do it, but it's amazing. It's amazing. Mr. Olatunji is an erudite and knowledgeable young man. He began his formal education in Fountain School, after which he has a secondary education in International School, Lagos. His interest for health led him to pursue a bachelor's degree in public health in 2008 from Bangkok University, Lagos, Nigeria. He then commenced to further his education at the prestigious Imperial College London Business School in the United Kingdom, where he attained an MSc International Health Management in 2010. After his master's, Mr. Olatunji was appointed into the Lagos State Civil Service and deployed to the State Ministry of Health, where he was further deployed to the Lagos State Primary Healthcare Board. He was assigned the role of the State Public Healthcare Revitalization Project Officer between 2012 to 2015. In his capacity, he coordinated the revitalization of 9 comprehensive public health sectors in line with the State Executive Council's recommendation. In 2015, he was assigned the role of Head Quality Assurance Unit of the Lagos State Primary Health Care Board, with the mandate of initiating policies and programs that will improve quality of health service provision and standard, which he has held till date. Ladies and gentlemen, please, I want to see your clap emoji in the box. Let me see your clap. Please welcome my guests. Welcome there, because I tell you, this is a lot to talk about just one person. This is a lot to talk about. Thank you so much. I've asked you to unmute. So while you are doing that, I'm also just going to jump. I'm going to jump his profile, because again, it's a long one. But noteworthy to say that in October 2019, Mr. Olatunji was part of a 4-man team that participated in the Lagos Business School Management Development Institute program for the implementation of community health intervention program. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the one man who is amazing and fantastic in everything he does, Mr. Olatunji Oluide. Thank you so much for coming here, sir. We value you, we honor you. You have the floor, sir.
Thank you very much, Mary. I feel very humbled by that. It's a pleasure to be here. I hope you can hear me clearly.
Yes, we can. Yes, we can.
Okay,
and just give me the permission to share your screen so that I will do that.
Okay, I would actually be able to share it myself if you don't mind. So if you can give me the permission.
I'm going to enable you to do that in 1 or 2 minutes. No less than 1 minute, actually.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
try
So
it now.
once
You
again,
can.
good morning, everyone. I think it's a pleasure to be here. I'd like to appreciate the professionals on board, my fellow panelists, the participants, and appreciate the conveners as well, and the Skin Intervention team, most especially Mrs. Kikelomo. Thank you very much for the privilege to be here. I'll be talking today on, can you see my slides, please? Okay, yes.
Yes.
So I
you
will
can.
be, okay. So today I'll be talking on the emergence of organic products and the pros and cons to the public health skin. It's going to be very brief, but I would also make sure that as much as possible we can, there's a lot to take from this. But in order for us to start, I wanted us to go a bit back and to understand, because at times they say, for you to know where you are, you have to know where you're coming from. And I termed this the organic movement. And in the 1940s, there were a group of farmers in Europe who actually began to push for organic products. And the reason for that was, within the 1930s, you had the introduction of insecticides like DDTs into farm produce as a way of, and weed killers and all those kind of pesticides and fertilizers. But we saw that over time, these chemical compositions started to have dangerous side effects, especially the pesticides. So there were a group of people who decided, okay, why don't we try and see how we can keep things wholesome and healthy? And this started the organic movement. And as the awareness and the movement started to gain momentum in the 1960s, more research was published that revealed the dangers of things like DDT and pesticides. So concerns started to grow around this, and this generated more of a push towards safer food. And what we had from there was that it didn't take too long for us to consider that the effects of what we have, what we put in our mouth, and also look at the effects of what we have on what we put in our skin. And that's why I put this little box here that that says, do you know your skin absorbs up to 60% of what we apply on it? And while that's a good thing, people suffer from severe skin infections because of the use of cosmetics that have had a higher proportion of chemical constituents. So over the past couple of years, there's been a lot of awareness as to natural and organic products and how we can start to demand for safer skincare products. And we need to understand that the skincare market is one of the fastest growing markets within the cosmetic industry, and that is due to the growing middle class and technological development, and also an increase in health and awareness. More people are being more concerned about what they eat, what they wear, what they use on their bodies, what they use on their skin. And the African cosmetics market has really expanded on an average of 8 to 10% year on year. And the skincare is actually the third largest category in the Middle East and in the African market in 2018. And the largest skincare markets are in sub-Saharan Africa. South Africa, followed by Nigeria, Kenya, Ethiopia, Tanzania, Ghana, and Cameroon. And these countries are expected to have a combined spending power of $1.3 trillion. And by 2022, it's estimated that the organic skincare market will reach $19.8 billion and $25 billion by 2025. And that's an annual growth of 10% from 2016 to 2025. So we can see that the demand is growing, and also the awareness has been driving the demand, which is also a very positive thing. So now let's talk a bit about organic skincare. So organic skincare is generally defined as skincare products that contain organically grown ingredients that are free from pesticides. There's so many products in the beauty market, with each of them having their own terminology, and it can get very, very confusing when people are looking for the right products to use. But it's very important to know that the term organic refers to how an ingredient is farmed. So that means that it must be prepared and grown without any form of pesticides, any chemical fertilizers, no sulfates, no antibiotics, no chemical compositions at all. And that gives it its form of purity. However, just because a product is labeled organic does not mean it's 100% organic. And that would bring me to talking about natural skincare products as, in relation to organic skincare products. Because in some natural skincare products, you notice that although some natural products have been used, but some chemical compositions too might have been added to that. So that brings the difference between the natural and the organic skincare products. The pros and cons. So what are the pros, the good things with, what we can expect from using organic skincare products? One, they don't contain any chemicals that can be harmful to the skin. So with that, there's better acceptability. And they are strictly controlled in the global market. And they don't contain any products of animal or plant origin that could be grown with pesticides. They don't disturb your hormones because they're naturally grown. They're actually better for the environment in that it's recyclable and it's biodegradable. So you don't have any problems with disposal. And then it's better assimilated by the body and usually less aggressive or harsh on the skin. Some of the cons though, because with everything, as you have the good, you have the bad, is that it works less quickly than some conventional products. And some of them can trigger or allergic reactions. So that's why it's always good to look at the composition of what you are going to use and also understand your skin and what you react to. And because of the fact that we can't add things like chemical fragrances and chemical fragrances to some of these products, they usually have a monotonous fragrance. So some of the reasons to consider using organic products, one, they're better for your skin. So a classic conventional skin product is largely made up of petrochemical derivatives that can influence your scent, your texture, color, and this often is a compromise as to, and there's a disregard for the health of the skin on the long run. So that's why the use of organic products really is a better choice for your skin. The second reason is these products respect the environment, as I said, because they are grown naturally without the use of any pesticides or any chemical fertilizers. They have they're also, it's also being green, if I could use that word. The third reason is that they are effective. They have been proven to be effective. And the fourth reason is you get great quality for the price. Because although some of these products are quite expensive, considering the manufacturing process, because when you talk about organic products, the manufacturing process can be a bit more contain more costs, but you are getting good quality for the price. And I believe people who appreciate quality would understand the need to invest in their health and invest in their skin. And I just have a few tips before I conclude. Natural skincare products usually have natural ingredients, as I was saying, and the natural label on products might just be a marketing trick. So we have to also be very careful as to what, when a product is termed natural, the actual composition of it. Organic products would usually have an organic logo. This is because there are very stringent guidelines for the manufacturing of organic products. So these products would usually want to have a sort of identified logo or identified trademark to let the users know that these are actually 100% organic. And the prices of some of these products, as I said, usually are higher. In conclusion, I think it's just important for us to think about, we're here today really talking about awareness on how well we can improve our skincare. And it's a very good thing. And I think subsequently, this is something that can be more emphasized. So more people have a better level of understanding and awareness. Because when you consider what we have today in the market, a lot of people are getting fooled into buying things that might not necessarily have very good effects on their health on the long run. And this is why we are here, to ensure that people have an increased level of awareness of what they do, what they use, and what's best for their skin. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Olatunji. Thank you for keeping it also short and precise and straightforward. Thank you so very much. I love the fact that, as you were giving us those facts about organic products, I was going through and reading the chart, and I could see some comments. And I love it again, particularly because, like I said the other time, this is a community of learned people, professionals in the different industries. And yes, feel free to drop your suggestion. Feel free to add your comment to whatever is being talked about. I'm sure that we are here to learn, to relearn and learn, right? That's why we are having this event. And thank you once again, Mr. Olatunji, for putting those things out about organic products. Moving on, I'm going to be inviting another speaker. Don't mind the fact that I'm just going straight and direct. I hope you love it this way anyway, so that I don't get to waste too much time, and we don't get to eventually now do everything we need to do. We have a lot to do today, like I said. And don't worry, the session for questions and answer is still coming on. So if you have your questions, please drop them in the comment section. I'm going to be checking them and, of course, reading them out and directing them to who it is meant for. Now, I'm going to invite Dr. Vali Alero. Dr. Vali Alero Emina. She's going to be talking about focusing on controlling skin infection amongst the skin beauticians. I love the fact that this one is now focused on those who are beauticians, like artisans, cosmetologists, and the like. So, Dr. Valley, I'm going to ask you to unmute. While you're doing that, I'm just going to tell everyone a bit about you. Let them know who this amazing, beautiful woman is. Okay, I've given you the permission to unmute, please, ma'am. You may just want to mute so that while I'm doing that, um you are ready to talk to us. All right, I see that you're still muted, ma'am, but you can unmute yourself. Dr. Alero had a first medical degree from Olabisi Onabanjo University in May 2008. She also obtained a master's degree in public health from University of Lagos in 2016. She is a public health physician par excellence. She is a mentor of the West Africa College of Physicians. We, with being in fellow in view. Congratulations. She's also an active member of Association of Physicians. She is an on-air personality, having featured in numerous TV, radio, and other social media outlets with the ability to explain complex health issues to simple and easy to understand matters. I love the fact that she is doing it in simple and easy to understand. So that means everything she's going to be talking to us about today, we all are going to understand it. She's actively been involved in numerous public health issues with different agencies such as the World Health Organization, UNICEF, NGOs, states, and federal health ministries. She is married to Pastor Ben Emina, the General Overseer of Triumphant Word Assembly, and they are blessed with three beautiful and lovely children. So I'm right to call you Pastor Mrs. It's great to have you here, ma'am. Good morning. Dr. Alera, are you here with us? Okay, can I hear Dr. Alera? Okay, she's here with us. Good morning, ma'am. Can you hear me? Good morning, Dr. Alera. Can you hear me, ma'am? Okay, let me fix that from the behind.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. We can hear you. Yes, we can hear you, ma'am.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Dr. Alera. We can hear you. Okay. I see we probably maybe some network glitches. Dr. Alera, we can hear you. If you can hear me, Please come back. We love you. Okay, let me give you the permission to unmute again. You have the permission, ma? Yes.
Okay, good morning, everyone.
Good
Can
morning.
you?
Yes, we can hear you loud and
Hello,
clear.
I can hear. Hello.
We can hear you, ma, loud and clear.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. Okay. Okay. So this morning we're going to be talking about of skin infection. And as a form of introduction, skin is one of the sense organs of which helps us to. It's very, very useful. And so it's very important that we keep our skin healthy. And we've seen that there's so many things that can cause skin infection. An infection it can be defined as a substance or infective agents like microbes like bacteria, virus, fungi, or other or chemicals, or even light or any substance that could cause damage to the skin. Physical substance like when you have a lot, and it can be chemical when you have a lot of soap or things have applied. So you have microbes like bacteria, microorganisms that could affect our skin and cause different skin diseases. So basically, I'm not going to take much of our time because I have 20 minutes to talk about the.
Dr. Lera, are you there? Okay. I don't know. Okay, I think it's breaking. I think it's breaking. I think it's breaking. Dr. Alero, if you can hear me, I'm going to be muting you now.
To
It's breaking.
control skin infection, primary and ways of preventing them. And there, can
Okay, please, somebody from behind the scenes, please help me inform Dr. Alera that the other time she tried connecting, our network was not, it wasn't so strong, so we couldn't just hear her clearly. So maybe when she comes back, we are going to maybe go over our session again. So while she's fixing that, I'm going to move right ahead to the next speaker. I hope that our next speaker is ready while Dr. Alera is fixing that so that we don't have any time to leave out without doing anything. Mr. Peter Olaleye. Mr. Peter, please, are you ready? Mr. Peter, if you are ready, I'm going to ask you to mute. I know that this is coming quite earlier than your scheduled time. We apologize for that. While I let Dr. Alero fix the sound from our hand, we're going to move ahead to take Mr. Peter Olale. And Mr. Peter is going to be talking to us about the risk assessment and mitigation in the skincare industry. I told you I met this man yesterday, and it's been an amazing time listening to him just in a short period. And today he's going to be talking to us about, yes, the risk. A bit about him. Peter is a member of the Institute of Actuaries, UK, the Institute of Actuaries, Portugal, and the Nigerian Actuarial Society. He holds a BTech in statistics from Lautech, Nigeria, and a master's in actuarial science from University of Lisbon, Portugal. He is a career ambassador of the Institute and Faculty of Actuaries. UK, and currently assists the Actuarial Science Department of UNILAG on a few activities for its bachelor's and master's students. Peter currently has over a decade experience, a blend of 6 years plus in the consulting space, where he worked for clients both in Nigeria and the West Africa regional part of the continent, and 4 years plus in the industry space. His area of expertise includes wide range of business and actuarial skills in general and health insurance, asset management, and retirement benefit industry, strategy formulation and execution, transactions advisory services, leadership and entrepreneurship, project management, risk management, Europe solvency too. His interest in skincare is a consequential effect of his awareness and involvement in healthcare delivery. Notably, he was the actuarial lead consultant who delivered the technical costing of Lagos State HMO through USAID, HFG River State, and Sokoto State, respectively, and other advisory roles in the health insurance space. He is married, and the marriage is blessed with 2 wonderful children. Mr. Peter Olaleye, it's great to have you here. Thank you so much for coming. You have the floor, sir. How would you like me to assist you? Do you want me to share your slide or you just go ahead and share it? Okay, it's up already. Please unmute. I'm giving you the permission to unmute yourself, sir.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. How is Mrs. Olaleye today? I heard about her yesterday, remember?
She's good, she's good.
Okay.
Thank you so much. First, I would like to appreciate the covenant of this event. I would like to appreciate Wura Gold for the work she's doing, and to appreciate every participant in this conference. Thank you. Once again, my name is Peter Olale. Currently, I work with ICO Insurance. I head the business analytics and short-term insurance of ICO Insurance Group. Can everyone see my screen?
Yes, we can see it and we can hear you loud and clear. Beautiful.
Okay. So I'll be talking to us on risk inherent or risk. In the next slide, I would like to mention so in the UK, we have UK cosmetic regulation. We have EU cosmetic trying to mention these, I believe a few of us in this platform still believe that cosmetic products or skincare products are not regulated. In Nigeria. So who are the consumers? You and I, our babies, teenagers. As mentioned by one of the speakers, you can see that everyone is vulnerable to skin infection. Why is it important to take care of our skin? Skin disease accounted for 12.4% of all disease seen by family physicians in the CMR. CMR is a continuous morbidity Seen individual, family, globally, 12.5% of all ailments being brought to the physicians is actually 12.4%. Then some of us might say skin infection or skin cancer is not widespread in Nigeria or in Africa. Yes, very dominant in the developed world, developed countries like the US and Europe. But in Nigeria, I mean, it's now taking a spike. 65,258 new cases of skin cancer in Nigeria annually, giving a projected annual incidence of 52 in 100,000. The research was carried out by some pathologists in University of Benin in 2016. So what are the causes of skin challenges or skin problems? Number one that I share with us here, using cosmetic products for the practices of skin bleaching. You know, most African women wants to turn up, wants to look, lighter than they currently have. Well, I've been to the EU and I spent like 2 years on a stretch in Portugal. The white wants to turn black, you know, they call it tanning during summer. So I wonder why our Black women want to become fairer. So the second one is genetics, which could be attributed to personal history or inherited conditions. So perhaps an individual with 2 or more parents or siblings with historical skin challenges or history. Then our lifestyle or nature of work, maybe the kind of work you do, you are exposed to chemical substances that could cause skin itching, rashes, infections. Then smoking. The fourth one is previous medical treatment involving radiation. Then the last one is exposure to corrosive and irritating substances. On the next slide, so I would like to discuss with us risk associated or inherited or inherent in skin cancer. Number one, skin infections, irritations, and so on. Allergic rhinitis, skin cancer, skin decay, faster aging of skin. These are the risks. We don't talk about them because an average African man believes in taking care of his belly rather than the skin. And one of the speakers shared with us a picture or pictures of young people, children, who are currently infected with skin problems or skin infections when they visited their schools. We see that it's a general problem. Even when you see women are using bleaching creams and Lagos, you wonder how they got to that level. So these are the risks. And it is important to mention this year that as a health actuary who has been practicing in this space for the past 10 years, when some kind of ailments is outside your cover, I mean family cover of health, your HMO cover, maybe you're working with a private company or a private cover that you bought yourself for your family. I mean, it has to be moved to critical illness. So better for us, better for you and I to take care of our skin. How can we mitigate the risks that are associated with the skin? And this slide, I will discuss this with us. Number one is to try as much as possible to eliminate unnecessary chemicals from a work process. So perhaps you have a company that has to do with soap or detergent. In as much as possible, we need to make the process clean and safer for our employees and for ourselves. The second point here is to replace harmful chemical with less harmful ones, such as substituting a solvent-based product with water-based products. To avoid completely the use of bleaching products. There's nothing good in bleaching skincare products. Avoid the use of skincare products with harmful components such as hydroquinone. Of course, these also speak to the previous point. Many more of these chemical components all over the internet. We can all look this up. The fourth one is regular examination of our skin by going for skin testing with Ura Gold. Okay, do not let me advertise other dermatologists here, but I mean, it's to see our skincare experts and dermatologists who can help us. I mean, the first step for us is to assess our skin. And how can we also mitigate or minimize this risk in our society is to regulate. I mean, effective regulatory effort is required. Our regulator needs to move into action, needs to regulate the product from the manufacturer's end to the user's end. And lastly, this is a plea. I'm enjoying the key stakeholders in the industry to partner with Ura Gold for the good works the company is doing at the moment, like one of the speakers raised in one of the topics. I mean, we need to partner with Ura Gold. People need to put this into their CSR. Companies, organizations need to do this. Like right now, I'm discussing with my company, other than taking care of other aspects of health of citizens, let's also assist people in taking charge of their skin. And the Lord will help us all. Thank you. This is obrigado a todos. Thank you all. I really appreciate your time and listening here. May God bless you all. Thank you.
Obrigado a todos. Thank you so much.
Senora.
Thank you so much, Mr. Peter. All right, so I see that we are having a very interesting conversation here around, you know, the things, harmful things that we do to our skin, and it's really funny how Yoruba language say there's this thing they say in Yoruba language. I'm trying to interpret it in English, but if I'm right with the interpretation, is to say that the one who has a head does not appreciate the cap or something, or I don't know.
Okay, the one who has the head doesn't have the cap.
The cap, and the one who has the cap doesn't have the head. Exactly, doesn't have the head. So when you see like a black person trying to turn or bleach the skin to white, and then a white person also wants to tan the skin, and I'm like, what's happening? Should we just exchange? So it's so
we want to swap, actually.
Can we just swap and save ourselves all the stress? Thank you. So while you were talking, I just feel like we should quickly just address this because we may never have the time to come back to this. So I saw a concern in the comment section. The cases of bleaching is so rampant in government secondary school. As an educationist, I see different cases of skin bleaching among students, both male and female. This is from Madam Fumilola Otusoya. So she says, and if interrogated, in most cases, their parents are aware of it. Please, what can be done in this situation? Just give us that. What would you prefer as an expert in this field? In 2 minutes, what do you think?
Yeah, I think the first thing is to cancel the person. Okay, the objective of bleaching, if you ask me, is everyone wants to look good. But we need to make people know that as an African, you are beautiful. As an African man, you are handsome. Because I've met a lot of white women and they actually want black men. Why? Because they want to produce mulattoes. so and mulattoes. So mulattoes are male half caste, and mulattoes are female half caste. So this is the objective of the white folks, why they actually want the black folks in their marriage. Not necessarily because of the love, but because of the products in the family. So telling the individual that, see, you are awesome the way you are. You're wonderful. Everyone can see our mother, Kojo, we can see Dr. Akewumi Adeshina. These are people with brown skins and they are representing the world. So we need to let them know that, I mean, bleaching your skin will never turn you to a white person.
Right.
All they need is cancer.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Peter. Thank you. You know, I was really beginning to enjoy this your intonation and the way you.
Never mind.
You say
Never mind. I grew up in Oyo, but people call me Ghanaians, even in my company.
Exactly, because I was.
They address me as Charlie. But all my life, I grew up in Oyo town, not Lagos State.
Who called the boss Bass? Correct.
And people have advised me to go to Ghana to trace my family source. Maybe I will do that.
Thank you so much, Mr. Peter.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Thank you so much. Okay, I see what's going on in the comment section. Belema says, Kemolatos. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not even in this conversation at all. Thank you so much, everyone. Let's go ahead now. I see some hands being raised up. Don't worry. If you want to contribute to what we're saying, let me know in the chat box, because since your hand is raised, I really don't know what you want to do. So okay, so I see people now talking in another language. Magdalene just used expose. We need to know what is going on here. Okay, really interesting. Thank you so much, everyone, for making this fun. I'm really enjoying this conversation. I hope you are too. So like I was saying, when your hand is raised up, I don't know exactly what you want me to do. So you can either send me a private message, or you just put it in the chat box. I'm going to read it, and I'm going to, just give you the permission to do what it says you want to do. So don't just raise your hand. Let me know exactly why you're raising your hand. All right. So thank you very much, everyone. I think Dr. Valley is back. Dr. Alera, are you back, ma'am? Okay, I sent you a message a while ago. So I'm just going to unmute. I'm going to ask you to unmute now so that we can just have your session before we move on to the next session. Dr. Alera, you have the floor, ma'am. Please unmute yourself.
Okay. Thank you once again. Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you perfectly.
I'm having some network issues because it's raining where I am.
So sorry.
It's raining heavily where I am. So I'm having some network issues. So I said basically to control skin infection, we have to know what is causing this skin infection. And I said there are different causes. It could be from substances like chemicals, when someone is trying to probably bleach the skin. It could be from an infective agent like bacteria, fungi, and the rest. It could also be from radiation. It could also be from sunlight and the rest. So basically, what you have to do with controlling of a skin infection, first and foremost is health promotion. You want to tell people, you want to educate people about how to take care of the skin, very good personal hygiene. People should ensure that at least they keep their skin clean and healthy by ensuring they take very good care of the skin, by taking their baths at least twice in the day, if possible, or more, if they can, morning and even before they go to bed. Also, it's also good to also promote good nutrition, to take healthy diets, things that will promote the skin and texture, like fruits, vegetable, vitamin C, things that will keep the skin healthy to make it look radiant. And then also it's only very, very important to also note that, like the previous speakers have said, it's not compulsory that we use some of these agents, these bleaching agent, because we know they can lead to skin cancer and some other cancer in the body. So we need to let people understand that they are beautiful the way they are. They don't have to change their skin color. We need to tell people to have more confidence in themselves and let them understand that black is beautiful, and they don't need to use some of those agents to change their color. And so talking about the infective agents, so it depends on what, so, and sometimes it's good to investigate when they see symptoms, because there are various types of signs and symptoms that will manifest where one is having skin infection. We could have like itching, peeling of the skin. We could have infection we are dealing with, perhaps scaly, just if it's dermatitis, it could be scaly, it could be I don't know if I'm using too many grammar. It could be scaly, it could be pigmentation. Either it's a dark pigmentation, or light, or the skin gets lighter, or the skin gets darker. So depending on the type of skin infection we are dealing with, there will be different manifestation that person will see. Okay, so once you have these symptoms or signs of symptoms showing that you have some form of skin infection, it's very important to know that you need to see the experts. We know there's a common culture in our environment where people will quickly go and do self-medication, to go to a chemist, a pharmacy, and do over-the-counter medication. And such practices will even worsen that skin infection in the first place if we are not careful. Because people use things like drugs that they're not supposed to use. They mix it with their cream or use it like that. Like common things are this Skinel, from bacteria, and so many other drugs that they sell at the chemist, which is supposed to be medication for skin infection, and you have duration mostly 7 days at most to affect whatever skin disease or infection that we have. But because of ignorance, people tend to use such drugs over their skin for a very long time. They abuse some of these drugs because they believe that if they use it, since it can clear the infection for that week, they just use it continuously, and that will affect the skin. So I would advise that once, as a beautician, you see any of your clients that have some form of skin infection, advise such people to see an expert, a dermatologist, or to see any other doctor in the clinic that will refer them to see a dermatologist. And they don't just use drugs in isolation or do self-medication so that they can properly treat that skin infection. There are different levels of prevention. The primary personal hygiene, healthy diets to make your skin good. So getting care, secondary prevention, ensure that you get prompt diagnosis and treatment for whatever it is. It could be scabies, it could be so many things, so many skin
Dr. Lara, can we still hear you? Okay, I don't know if we still have I don't know if someone from the support group can please help me confirm. I think we lost that again, and I'm sure that is due to network. It's raining in some part of Lagos, maybe, and then in other states. I understand it's also raining in my area. Yeah, so we apologize for the network glitches. Maybe when she comes back, we are going to have a do a concluding session. But thank you so much, everyone. It's been a great time, I must say, and I hope we all are learning well. We all are soaking in some things, and we all are all learning some things also. So thank you very much. Thank you so very much. I'm trying to see if Dr. Alero is here again. Okay, okay, okay. Hello, ma'am. Can you hear us? Okay, she's still here. Hello, Dr. Alera. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, we lost you just a few minutes ago, but you're back now. So I'll just allow
Okay.
you to do your confession.
Okay. All right. I'll round up in a bit. So I was just saying that. So, depending on the type of skin infection we're talking about, we have different kinds of skin infection. But the message here is this: as a beautician, if any of your clients comes down with any of the skin infection, it's better for you to refer such clients to see a dermatologist or a doctor that could take a proper look at the client and know what type of skin infection that we're dealing with. And it's also important to let people understand that you don't need to use over-the-counter drugs or just self-medication for skin infection because that could cause more damage than the initial one. Then also, depending on the types of infection, some we are not people are not supposed to share some personal utensils, and that could make the skin infection to spread from one person or the other. We're not supposed to share things like towels, clothes, personal things, bed sheets, coverings. If someone is having a skin infection. And sometimes we'll also counsel the patient to see if they can change their clothing or disinfect the clothing, maybe like the towels, like the bed sheets, if they can, or their clothing, they can disinfect it before they continue use. So generally to control skin infection, basically one is to educate the clients, let them have the right information that the skin infection could be bacterial, it could be from the cream they are using, it could be from the soap, and if they're using any soap that has chemical or thing that is irritating their skin, they need to stop using that particular cream or that particular soap so that the irritation can stop. And also, we need to also let them understand the fact that once they have skin infection, they need to get special care. That they just need to change their clothing to ensure that there's no spread of that infection in the household or in the community.
Dr. Alera, are you still there? Ah, that work is doing us a strong thing. I would not lie. I would not lie. And really, I was enjoying that conversation because I know that she's about to wrap up. But uh, just a few things very important that she was saying all the time. Okay, we understand that work is doing just, it's fine. Don't be bothered. Don't be bothered. We are here and we are continuing. Thank you so much, Dr. Alera, for that insightful session. Thank you again for stressing the fact that some objects, some materials are not even to be shared. So I'm even of the opinion that it's not only when you have a skin infection that you do not share these things. I mean, some of these are just for personal use. I see no reason why one will be sharing towel. I mean, why? It's meant to be a personal use, just like saying someone wants to share a sponge or sharing a toothbrush. These things are personal and therefore are personal hygiene. That's what I think, anyways. I mean, I may not be necessarily right, but that's just what I think. All right, so moving on now, I'm going to now talk to us about the other part of the event. So because I'm checking the time now and it's tilting to 12 o'clock, and so it means we've been here for the past 2 hours, guys. Did you even feel it? No. You see, that's how it is because we are having an amazing time here, and of course, I'm trying to keep to time so that we don't overstay our welcome. I know what it is for in virtual events. I get it. But I appreciate you. Thank you for not losing your attention span. Thank you for being here. I see people writing, taking notes. I see people following, and it means a lot that we can have this gathering even in the virtual space, and impact is still being made. Thank you. Thank you so much. So I'm going to tell just a brief, this is just like an overview of what we're going to be doing in this second half, or yeah, let me call it a second half. So we're going to be having a campfire session, and we're going to be talking finance. I hope a lot of you want to hear about money. Money, 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 money. We're going to be talking about finance, and after that, we're going to be having a networking sections. Right, and then I'm going to be introducing the people. We have representative from the various associations, and just you're just going to have a short moment to talk to us about your organization, what you do, and how maybe other people can be a part. After then, we'll now go to another keynote session where we're going to be talking about the importance of skin healthcare education in Nigeria. You don't even want to miss that part. And drums roll, we're going to be having our beauty magazine launch. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be having our Skin Beauty magazine launch, and I'm so excited. I'm looking forward to that time. I'm looking forward to that time. It's going to be an amazing, amazing session. So you don't want to miss it. You don't want to miss it at all. And then after then, we go also to recognizing the very, 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 very special people. And even before we go to that place, I'm going to also be talking to us about a boot camp that's going to be happening at a particular time later this year. I'm also going to be bringing those details to you. So you don't want to go anywhere because you don't even want to miss these details. They are so juicy. So juicy, I tell you, you don't want to miss it. So I'm going to be inviting Mrs. Adepeju Aderito. She's going to be talking to us about finance. And like I told you, beautiful woman, amazing. You see what I'm talking about by the time she gets on stage. She is a finance professional. She is a chief consultant at MPMU Professional Services. She holds a master's in banking and finance from the University of Ibadan. She is an associate member of Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria and Chartered Institute of Taxation of Nigeria. She also holds Higher National Diploma from the Polytechnic Ibadan. Adepeju is highly knowledgeable in information technology in relation to business operations. She is vast in financial management, business financing, information technology consulting, taxation, auditing and assurance services, risk assessment, financial system audit investigations, and financial advisory. She is an implementation consultant for major accounting applications and ERP business solutions, a seasoned trainer with extensive knowledge and experience in financial reporting, which includes facilitation of several international public sector accounting standards and international financial reporting standards, IFRS. So the first one I mentioned was IPSAS. So this one is IFRS. She also is into conversion from Nigerian generally accepted accounting principles to IFRS and IPSAS, an implementation project for business organizations. So let me jump because it's a lot to her profile, but noteworthy to mention that she's very passionate in empowering small and medium scale enterprises owners through MPMJ training course, finance for non-finance managers, and by providing affordable and accessible accounting solutions to small enterprises. Adepeju Aderito is happily married with kids. Ladies and gentlemen, please make welcome the beautiful woman, Mrs. Adepeju Aderito Owa. You have the floor, ma'am. Yay, you have the floor, ma'am. Over to you.
Good afternoon, everybody. It's already afternoon.
Yes.
Thank you, Mary. That was an awesome introduction. I appreciate that.
We love
And
it.
thanks, everybody. I'm so happy to be here. This is such a laudable movement, intervention. You know, right now, I'm so pumped up with this intervention program, and it's all really looking good. Nigeria is ready for this, and we are going to give it all our support. Good afternoon again, everybody. Permission to share my screen, Mary.
Yes, ma'am, you have the permission.
Okay, great. In 10 minutes.
Do you want me to share from here, or are you going to just go ahead
Share
and
the screen. I'm already on it.
All right.
All right. Great. So my name is Peju. I'm an accountant. I'll be discussing quite a number of things with us in line with regularization of financials for skincare organizations. It has come to my knowledge that a lot of businesses, not only skincare organizations, they do not have balanced accounts, so to say. And it's quite a shame because, again, we all always have needs to present our financials. Is it to your shareholders? Is it to your stakeholders? Is it to your financiers? So it's really important for us to, as business owners, as entrepreneurs, as people who intend to, own businesses, build brands, to have knowledge of what our financials should look like, what it could look like to regularize our financials, to make sure we're on the right side of the law. And trust me, it is difficult to grow a business, to build a brand without having straightforward accounts. So I want to thank SKINTERVENTION. I want to thank Wura Gold for this opportunity, and I'm hoping that we'll be able to learn quite a number of things from this. I'm sure we have business owners here. I'm sure we have a lot of people here who this is going to be very useful to. So I believe everybody can see the slides. So I will start with financial statements. What financial statements look like. I refer to these guys here as the 5 jolly friends presenting financial information hand in hand. Trust me, sirs and ma'ams, financials, getting your financials straightened out is not rocket science. It's not brain surgery. It's something you can easily achieve. You can even achieve it on your own. And part of it is what we'll be discussing here. So for you to have your accounts regularized, you need to be able to present your statement of financial position. That is what a lot of people refer to as balance sheets. You need to have income statements. That is what a lot of people call profit or loss. I hope nobody here calls it profit and loss, because you can't make profit and make loss at the same time. It's either you're making profit or you're making a loss, and I'm very prayerful that we would always, be able to run profitable organizations by the special grace of God. Also, we have what we call statement of cash flows. And statement of cash flows, whenever I mention statement of cash flows, I always like to say revenue is vanity, profit is sanity, cash is king. Or let's say cash is reality. So also we have Statement of changes in equity shows how our capital structure, whatever movement occurs in our capital structure. We also have the notes to the accounts. So these are the 5 statements you need to provide as a business owner. And I'm going to tell you why. But first of all, let's look at what each of these statements, what they describe, what they depict, what they explain, what they show to us. Your statement of financial position, that's your balance sheet. It shows you the standing of your business at a particular time, at a specific date. Your income statement, it shows us your revenue, shows us your expenses, and shows us your profit. Your cash flow statement, it depicts the way cash has changed during a designated period of time. Your statement of changes in equity, it shows us the movement in your shareholders' funds. And the notes to your account, as it sounds, explains how major line items, that is, each item in your account, how they've been treated in your financials. This is also expansion on the previous slide. That's financial statement up there, broken into 3 parts. These are the 3 major components. The 5 jolly friends, we have 3 of them that are the most major when it comes to account presentation. That's your income statements showing us revenue, expense, profits. And then we have your financial position showing us assets. The assets in your business, are they current? Are they non-current? Do you have both? The non-current assets are the buildings you have, the infrastructure you have in your company, the property, plant, and equipment, and your current assets, that's your cash in hand, cash at bank, your investments here and there. The financial position also shows us your liabilities. Do you have current liabilities? Do you have non-current liabilities? That is, are you working with supplier's credit? Do you have liabilities? Are you indebted for periods longer than 1 year? These are the things that are shown in your financial statement, in your statement of financial position. It also shows us your equity. Do you have paid in capital? Do you have retained earnings or reserves? Do you have revaluation surplus? These are shown in your statement of financial position, also known as balance sheet. Also, we have the cash flow statement. Like I said, cash is king. So as you are monitoring your turnover, you are monitoring your profits, you are monitoring your cash. Your cash flow statement shows you your list of operating activities, your list of investing activities, your list of financing activities. Operating activities, that's your daily course of business. You're buying, you're selling, that's your operating activities. Or you are engaging in services and you're making revenue from that. Your cash flow shows us that. If you've been selling at a credit, your cash flow shows us that actually you've been selling at a credit, so the cash flow is on negative. If it's on positive, your cash flow statement is going to show us that. Your investing activities, have you been investing in any stocks, bonds, or whatsoever is shown on your cash flow statement. Then your financing activities, do you have loans? Have you been incurring costs on finance charges based on the loans, working capital facility, trading lines that you have with banks? These are shown in their financials. So this is just the major 5 elements of your financial statements. Everything you do in your business revolves around these 5 guys here. Everything, you're buying, you're selling, you have assets, you buy on credit, you sell on credit, you have expenditures, you have equity, restructuring, everything falls into this category. So as a business owner, you have to be familiar with these terminologies and you have to be very precise with the knowledge of these ones. Not just because of your financials, but so that when you have issues, you're able to relate. When you're discussing with your accountant, you're able to relate. When you're discussing with your with stakeholders in your business, you're able to relate. When you're discussing with tax people, you are able to relate. It's very important. As a business person, what if you have an opportunity to buy shares from a big entity? You need to know what to look out for. As a business owner, as a big decision maker, you need to be able to relate with these things. What are your assets? What do I mean when I say assets? All of us say assets, assets, assets. So, but this is what it really means in finance. This is what it really means in business. These are resources controlled by the entity, resulting from past events, expected flow of economic benefits. That is, these are things that belong to the company, fully belongs to the company. And you expect to generate economic benefit from it. You expect to generate income from it. That is what we call assets in finance. If you don't expect to generate economic benefit from it, then it might not meet the criteria. Also, we have liabilities. This is the present obligation resulting from past events that results in economic outflow. So that's what liabilities means. It's a present obligation. You are indebted to somebody. You are indebted to a company. You are indebted to a financier. That is a liability. Equity, that's funding from business owners or stakeholders of the business. So when you have fund injection from your shareholders or from the owners of the business, it's an equity. So, and there's a treatment for it in the financials. Also, we have income, that is turnover or sales, or increase in assets or decrease in liabilities. I'm going to buttress on turnover. Turnover is you spend 100,000, you have 100,000 cash injection, and you're able to use that cash to make a sale of 500,000. That's turnover. That means you're able to use that 100,000 more than once, more than twice, more than 3 times. But like I said again, turnover is vanity. Not vanity as in vanity, but turnover means activity. You have activity. You know, it's a thing for the business to be active. It's another thing for that activity to translate into profit. That's why they say profit is sanity. Is that profit that will bring your head back to normal and say, yes, I'm making profit. This business is good. Oh, I'm not making profit. Please, I need to retrace my steps. Okay, then while you're making profit, do not forget, cash is king. If you use 100,000 to start a business, you turn it over 5 times, that's 500,000. But out of that 500,000, you have people owing you. And bad debts, actually, that might not translate into money ever. And the cash might not come back. Maybe out of your 100,000 naira cash injection, you might only be able to recover 80,000 naira. That means you have profit, but you have a negative cash flow. It's even better for you not to have a profit, but have your cash flow intact. That is a discussion for another day. So the 5th one is expenditure. I'm sure everybody understands expenditure. That's outflows in the ordinary course of business, increase in liabilities, decrease in assets. So expenditure, those are the spendings you do to ensure that you have your products or you are able to provide the services. So, and it's when you deduct your expenditure from your income, that's when you know whether your business is profitable or not. I don't want to take too much of our time, so I'm going to be running fast. So for us to regularize our financials, is 2 major things I'm discussing today. I just discussed financial statements, the components, the elements, and the definitions. The next one I'll be talking about is tax. Why pay tax? Why pay tax? I cannot overemphasize this. Tax is mandatory. Shortcut leads to dead end. Compliance is cheaper. Tax agencies have access to all your information. Stop hiding behind one finger, like this. I'm hiding like this, behind one finger, but I'm sure you can still see me. Everyone can see me. We need to be upfront. We need to be up and doing with our taxes. And it's really easy to do it. So let me just tell you, the tax agencies, they have your bank statements. They have your BVN. They have your NIN, most likely. They have all your info. If they come to you asking for information, asking for documents, they most likely have it. The tax agencies, they work hand in hand with the corporate affairs. They have all your documents, including your change of address. So if you like, change your company address or change your office address, they know where to get you. The last one, why pay tax? Compliance is easier than you think. Compliance is easier than you think. And we need to strive to achieve compliance. That is part of regularization and it's a very essential part of it. So I'll just take us through our agencies and remittances. And I understand that in this conference, we have business owners who have limited companies, that is limited liability companies, and those who have enterprise. That's what we call business name in company registration. So if your company is a business name or your company is a limited liability, this is for you. So, and we have two major agencies in Lagos. We have the Federal Inland Revenue Service, that's FIRS, and we have Lagos Internal Revenue Service. Please, if you're not in Lagos, pardon me for this, your state has a Board of Inland Revenue, Board of Internal Revenue. So like I'm from Oyo State, I'm an Ibadan girl. So Oyo State is OISBIR, Oyo State Board of Internal Revenue. Lagos is Lagos Internal Revenue Service, that's why it's LIRS. So if your company is limited, you have to be remitting company income tax to FIRS. To FIRS, you need to remit company income tax, value-added tax, and withholding tax. That is your purview to FIRS as a limited company. To LIRS, or your State Board of Internal Revenue, you need to always remit your pay as you earn. That is payee. That's what everybody calls payee. You also need to remit your direct assessment. That is your tax on director's income. You also need to remit consumption tax. That is if you fall under the category of those who should remit consumption tax. And also you need to remit withholding tax to FIRS, to LIRS, sorry. So if you are a limited company, you remit these first three to FIRS and these second four to LIRS or your State Board of Internal. So if you're a business name or enterprise, you remit VAT and withholding tax to FIRS. And if you're a business name to LIRS or your State Board of Internal Revenue, you remit payee, direct assessment, consumption tax, and withholding tax. Please, we need to always take note of this because it can be essential. I've had cases where I've had to deal with companies being charged billions of naira in tax defaults, penalties, and liabilities that they need to pay FIRS, even LIRS. So I'm very passionate about assisting people when it comes to taxation because it's a really, really gray area. So I have a pictorial representation here. To FIRS, FIRS has interest in three kinds of taxes. That's CIT, which is the company income tax, value-added tax, that's the VAT, and withholding taxes. And for LIRS or your State Board of Internal Revenue, They are interested in your pay as you earn, that's the payee. Direct assessment, that's the director's income tax, consumption tax, and LIRS is, or the State Board of Internal Revenue, is also interested in withholding taxes. There are different criteria to know which withholding tax goes to LIRS and which one goes to FIRS. So I'll move on to the next slide. I know I'm really, I need to run fast now. So this is what our CIT means. That's the company income tax. This is tax on company profits. It's remitted, it's paid yearly, can be 0%, can be 20%, can be 30%, depending on your company size. Payment and filing deadline is 30th June or 6 months after accounting year end. This is because some companies have their accounting year end 31st of March, some 30th September, some 31st December. So based on this, whatever category you want, if you're 31st December, you have to remit your company income tax before, on or before 30th of June the next year. If yours is the other date, it has to be 6 months post that date. We have to keep this in our minds. It's very essential. And company income tax applied to limited liability companies. We have value-added tax. This is a tax on customer spending. Your responsibility is to collect it on behalf of the government. That is, every company, whether you are limited or enterprise, you have to collect this on behalf of the government. That is why every company, no matter what you have tax identification number. So all your transactions, you have to, if you're invoicing someone, you make sure you charge VAT. And even if somebody is invoicing you, you actually try and deduct that VAT and remit to the government. Also, VAT is 7.5% of invoice value. It is to be remitted monthly, latest by 21st of the following month. Please take note, company income tax is to be paid annually, but VAT is to be remitted on monthly basis. As you can see, 21st of the following month. So the VAT for February 2021 should have been remitted by now, or must be remitted before 21st of this month, because this is already 18th of another month. Failure to do this, that is what results in a lot of problems for companies, that they end up paying penalties and paying what we also call reverse VAT. So value-added tax applies to all business registration types, all. Then we have withholding tax. This is like a down payment of tax. It's an advance payment of service providers tax. You also need to collect this on behalf of the government. That means when you have vendors, you need to be deducting withholding tax from them, remitting to the government. Also, it could be 5%, it could be 10% of the invoice value. It's to be remitted monthly, just like that, latest by 21st. Are incremental. That is, the more you earn, the more you pay. The less you earn, the less you pay. Then it is to be remitted monthly. It is going to become a problem in the next 3, 4, 5 years. You don't want to have spent all your company's profit, the profit you make from your business, and then man comes for an audit in your organization, and they tell you to start coughing out money that is no longer available. So it is very essential. You have to do this religiously. Pay as you earn, that's what it's called. So as your employees earn the money, you make sure that the payment is remitted. It's sacrosanct. It's something that we must do, or else it's going to become a problem. So we also need to make sure that we do the annual returns. You file your returns annually, latest by 31st of January a year. Also, it applies to all business types. All business types, please, let's take note. Also, the next one is personal income tax. So this is a tax on the director's income. The director is to remit directly to the state government. The rates are incremental, like I said, in the case of payee, that it is to be remitted annually, latest by 31st of March of the following year. It applies to all business types. Let's take note, please. Also, I have consumption tax. Consumption tax. This is a tax on companies, customer spending. Your responsibility is to collect on behalf of the government. The rate is 5%. It applies to bars, hotels, event centers, and restaurants. You are to file your returns monthly, latest by 10th of the following month. That is, if you are supposed to pay consumption tax, this is 18th of another month, it must have been paid by now. It applies to all business type, registration types that fall inside this category. So, I've discussed, very exhaustively about financial statements and taxes to be paid. And this is just another reminder of what I showed us about the remittances to FIRS and LIRS. So that brings me to why you need financial professionals. Why it is essential for you, for your business, to have finance professionals. In-house accountants, our finance consultant is very keen and is major to the survival of the business. These are reasons for proper documentation. As an expert in your field, as a business strategist in your field, do you know the documentation to keep so that you are on the right side of the law in terms of your financial statement and your taxation? Your finance professionals will address these issues. Secondly, to avoid costly mistakes. Look at the instance I just cited. You don't want to be paying tax liabilities 3 years, 4 years, 5 years from now. You need to avoid costly mistakes. And that is what happens when a lot of business owners say, I want to do it myself. That's what they used to say on the road. When somebody that doesn't know how to drive say, I will drive myself. An accident happens. So let's avoid this. That's just on a lighter note.
Right.
Thirdly, for adoption of proper policies and processes. Fourthly, the finance professional, the accountants, will liaise with stakeholders and agencies on your behalf, and they know how to go about it. Number 5, doing it yourself can be overwhelming, and you need to be able to focus on your business strategy. Let the accountants do it for you. I'm sure you can get a solution that works for your business. I'm sure you can get a solution that works for you, at the right cost. Okay. So I'm so sorry to have taken too much of our time. I'm sure I overshot 15 minutes. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Madam Ade. Thank you. I love the fact that, yes, it was quite lengthy, but I know that you answered a lot of questions in the minds of people that were listening. So thank you so much. And while you were doing that presentation, some questions kept coming in, but I got one. I'm just going to go over them so that you can just address them quickly before we jump on to the next agenda. We are almost done. We are gradually getting in, to the very juicy part of the event. And so, of course, I don't want to go anywhere. Thank you for sticking with us. So, is it coming up in a? Okay, I saw a question the other time. Okay, can we get this current slide? Oh yes, you can get the slide. All the speaker slides are going to be available in our brochure, so you can make an order to get the brochure. So if you want the brochure without the slides, it's 2,000 naira, and if you want the brochure with all the slides, all the presentation in today's conference, it's 5,000 naira. So you can just get in touch with us, or any or in the support team, or even the convener herself. She's going to get that to you. Okay, Madam Page, we have a question here. Do these charges apply to companies less than 2 years old? And is there a minimum income before you start remitting tax? Do you want to answer that, or I just go over all the questions?
Yes, just put all the questions together, then I'll
Okay.
answer the
So the
questions.
second one says, what about companies that are running losses? Are they expected to pay CIT? Companies that are running losses. What happens if you haven't been charging VAT in your business? What's the reason repercussion for it? All right, so you have just 2 minutes, ma'am, to give justice to that answer.
Okay, thank you so much. So I'll start with what happens if you haven't been charging VAT in your business. I think if you have not been charging VAT, you need to immediately start charging, and also and start remitting it. And also you need to look at what all the businesses you have been doing before you have this realization. You need to go to those things you've done, look at the vast remittances that you have missed, and try to remit, even in retrospect. It is very important. It's very important. You need to start charging immediately and then go back and calculate what you have missed and remit in retrospect.
Okay, the next one talks about running at losses. A company that is running at loss will simply to pay CIT.
Okay, so the other one is that does it apply if the company is less than 2 years old, and is there a minimum income for start remitting taxes? Okay, now if your company is a limited liability company, you need to remit taxes. Now, if you, whether you make profit or you make a loss, there's something we call minimum tax. There's a computation we do. The loss that you declare, you put it aside. Then the minimum tax, there's the minimum tax that you need to pay. Even if you don't make enough profit and your minimum tax is above that profit, because it's the higher of the two that is going to be computed. So we need to look at the minimum tax, look at the profit that you have declared, and that is what we're going to base our taxation, company income tax on. However, if you're if you're an enterprise, you just have to do returns to your State Board of Internal Revenue. Just do your tax returns to your State Board of Internal Revenue. Company income tax does not apply to business name.
Okay, thank you. I think you've answered all the questions. Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you so much. It was great to have you share this deep line of thoughts with us. Thank you so much. So going right ahead, I'm going to just give 5 minutes, just 5 minutes to the representative from the different association. All you do is just tell us about your association and what you do and how people can be a part of what you are doing as fast as possible. So I understand we have I understand we have about 3 or 4 associations present here. We have the Nigerian Association of Hairstylists, Barbers, and Cosmetologists. Hairstylists, Barbers, and Cosmetologists, that's NASCO. So please, if you are representing NASCO, please, I just want you to signify. You can raise your hand so that I give you the floor. I also have representative from the Complete Woman. The Complete Woman, if you are here, please send a message or raise your hand so that I can also give you the floor. If I'm not getting any response in 2 or 3 minutes, I'm going to move on and maybe we'll come back to that. I also have people from the Professional Association of Spa and Cosmetologists in Nigeria. Professional Association of Spa and cosmetologist, I beg your pardon, cosmetologist in Nigeria. So please, okay, I see Mr. Emmanuel right there. I'm going to ask you to unmute now. So all you do is take over the floor, tell us your association, what you do, and how people can get to be a part. Or what you do, sir. You have the floor, sir.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Emmanuel.
It's been a great time, Mary, a wonderful, and the convener. This is a great idea, and we've been following this idea since last year that it started. And for us as an association, we're trying our best to make sure that
what
the
association,
awareness.
sir? What association, sir?
The association is a professional association of spa and cosmetologists in Nigeria.
Amazing.
And our major focus is on training, educating people, and making sure that people are using the right cosmetics and when it comes to usage, and also for most of us that are producers, to make sure that we're using pure organics when it comes to our productions. So we have different products, like we have a Safe Skin project that we use to educate and give awareness to people all around Nigeria to make sure that the right products, when it comes to using products that's related to organic, just as our speakers said about using the right products. Sometimes when people manufacture, because of the thought of making money, because everybody wants to be fair, people who are even supposed to be professionals will not follow the right procedure when it comes to production because they want to get rich. So for us as an association is to make sure that we continue educating and enlightening people, both the society and some of us, to make sure that we are in the right direction when it comes to the production. So if you want to join an association, you can always go online. You Google Professional Association of Spa and Cosmetologists in Nigeria. You'll be able to get us online and link with us, and you can be part of us. So it's a wonderful idea, and we hope to always continue being part of Skin Intervention in Nigeria. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Emmanuel. Thank you. Thank you so much. So while I'm just waiting to also get notification from the other two I mentioned, please, everyone, I want to crave your indulgence. Maybe this is the time to now, wear your shirt if you're probably not wearing a dress, or yes, apply powder if you want to, because we want to take a snapshot, please. So I want everyone to please turn on their videos. We want to take a snapshot of this particular session. So please turn on your video, please, and beg it. Thank you so much. While you're turning on your video, ensure you are sitting well, because that's how you're going to show in our picture. Of course, if this was a physical event, we would have had a lot of pictures. So yes, ensure you're sitting well, your place is well lighted. If however it is, just ensure you are well positioned. Turn on your video. I don't want to call your name before you turn on your video, but please help us so that our pictures can come out really beautiful. So please turn on your video. While we're doing that, I'm just trying to say if I'm going to get notification from someone from the Complete Woman and from NASPO. So please, if I have anyone representing the association, please just signal me. I'm going to give you the floor. So while we are waiting for that to be done, don't forget, please turn on your video so that you can appear beautifully in our picture. So while that is going on, I'm going to go over to invite a keynote speaker in person, one amazing woman. I've talked about her before. I mentioned her. She's going to be talking about the importance of skin healthcare education in Nigeria, and we're going to just go over our citation very briefly. Please turn on your video. If you get to do that, we're waiting for some of you. I understand how it can be a virtual event. I know how it is. So it's okay. Take your time. You may want to. Let me not go that route. All right. Yeah, I see. Well, why have you people been hiding these beautiful faces all along? See handsome people, see beautiful. What is happening? Oh, you people wanted me to be the only one showing my face. That's not fair. That's not fair. All right, thank you so much for showing your videos, everyone. Thank you. I'll let you know when we are done with the pictures, but I'm just waiting for some other persons to turn on their videos so that we can have a good capture of everyone who is here. All right, so while we're waiting for that, listen to the salutation of the next person I'm about to bring. One amazing woman. I've called her before now. I've hailed her, I've celebrated her because she is one really to be celebrated. Madam Koforola Martin, the CEO, Avi Beauty Smith, HR practitioner and lawyer. Mrs. Koforola Martins is a seasoned beauty consultant, educator, administrator, HR, and legal practitioner with strong business management skills and deep industry network in both the public and private sectors of the beauty industry in Nigeria. She is the CEO of Avi Beauty Smith, a multifaceted beauty brand that offers training, recruitment, retail, spa, and wellness services. She's currently the treasurer of um, the Association of Practitioners of Beauty and Medical Aesthetics of Nigeria, and she's currently committed to raising the standard of the Nigerian beauty industry. She is a member of NASCO, that's the Nigerian Association of Hairdressers and Cosmetologists, Lagos chapter. She believes in education for all and also that everyone can be empowered. She offers training, meeting people where they are and helping populations, especially women, gain access to opportunities and fully participate in society. Noteworthy to also mention that she is currently the General Secretary of a Hold Girls Association set, the Continental set. She's an alumni of the Lagos Business School. She is also from Unifair. She has a background. She has something to do Unifair, a master's from Unilag. She was called to the Nigerian bar in 1988. In her effort to explore new challenges, she moved to the media and entertainment industry in 2005, where she worked as group head, human resources and administration at the Silverbird Group, the biggest media and entertainment company in Nigeria at the time. She's passionate about contributing to the development of her community. She is an aspirant of the local government chairmanship position in Koshofe local government area in the 2007-2008 general elections. So I'm going to just jump, because it's a lot to talk about this wonderful woman. It's a lot to talk about. So moving on, let me also note that she served as member of the LASTBE, that's the National Board for Technical Education Nigerian Beauty Industry Stakeholders Forum, which developed a draft of the National Occupational Standards for the Nigerian beauty industry. She was again invited to head OBBTI as executive director and an inspiring speaker. She was invited as panelist at Beauty West Africa. That's the biggest beauty fair in West Africa in 2018 and 2019. Ladies and gentlemen, Mama is a Christian, married, and blessed with 4 beautiful children, all whom are entrepreneurs. Something to celebrate. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome with me, Madam Koforola Martin, CEO, Avi Beauty Smith, HR practitioner and lawyer. Mama, it's great to have you here. Thank you so much for being here, and thanks for being patient with us since the beginning of this event till this time. Thank you very much, Mama. We love you.
Thank you so very much. It's actually been my pleasure to be here. I want to say hello to everyone. Good afternoon, all.
Good afternoon, Mama.
I want to say a very big thank you to the convener of this program, Kikelomo Patola. She's a very amazing lady. She has a lot of drive. It's unbelievable. I want to say thank you also to the Wura Gold team and to the SKINTERVENTION team. Thank you so much for having me here. Could you please share my slide?
Yes, ma'am, I'm going to do that.
Thank
in
you.
a moment.
Thank you very much. I would also like to thank all the earlier speakers. You know, listening to them has been a learning curve, especially the last speaker, Mrs. Adekweju. You know, it was so enlightening, especially for the fact that whether you like it or not, you are affected. Once you have a business in Nigeria, you are affected by everything that she's talked about. So thank you so very much, all speakers.
The slide is there, ma'am.
All right, great. Thank you. Can we move on to the next slide, please? Okay. So good afternoon once again, everyone. I'll be talking on the importance of skin health care education in Nigeria. Now, I'll be talking with regards to these headings. We'll look at the skin. What is this organ called the skin? And what is healthy skin? What is unhealthy skin? What are some, best skincare practices? We know that a lot is going on with skincare in our country today, but we're going to look at some practices that are good and that every one of us should endeavor to practice. Now, we've talked earlier, some of the speakers have spoken about products. How do you know if a product contains harmful chemicals? Now, what are non-toxic skincare and makeup products? We will also look at the importance of skin health care education in Nigeria. All right, so what is the skin? The skin is the window of our bodies, and it reveals the stories of our lives, from the acne breakout during our teenage years to the radiant glow of pregnancy, that is for women, and the sunspots of aging. Both age and health are reflected in the skin. Now, the skin is often referred to as the largest organ in the body, and apart from the brain, it is the most complex. It protects us from bacteria, dirt, and other foreign objects, and the ultraviolet rays of the sun. The skin contains nerve endings that lets us know if something is cold, it's hot, it's soft, it's hard, it's sharp, it's dull. The skin plays an important role in regulating the body fluids and the body temperature. Now, the skin is resilient. It is sensitive, and it requires special attention to care for it, to maintain its health, elasticity, color, and vibrancy. Next slide, please. Okay. Now, what is healthy skin? We keep hearing this thing, skin, skin, skin. What is healthy skin? Now, below the smooth, hairy outer skin, that is the epidermis that we all see every day, below that is a thick, strong, and elastic layer of tissue known as the dermis. The dermis is richly supplied with blood vessels, sweat glands, and oil glands, and nerve endings. Now, below that is the hypodermis. The hypodermis is made up of fatty tissue, which acts as a shock absorber and insulator to protect the bones and help support other delicate structures. So we know that the skin has three major layers, the epidermis, the dermis, and the hypodermis. Now, healthy skin is not always a reflection of a healthy body and a healthy lifestyle, meaning that skin can look superficially okay, may look good, but it is not all the time that it is a reflection of a healthy body and a healthy lifestyle. You may wonder why we say this. It's because at times healthy skin could be genetic. You could have it in your genes that your skin is good, and yet you are eating junk food. You don't have a healthy lifestyle. But for a season, you may have good skin. Note that I said for a season, because after a while, that unhealthy lifestyle will catch up with the individual. Now, healthy skin is warm, is warm, it is not hot, and it is not red. It is slightly moist, it is soft, flexible, and with a texture that is ideally smooth, fine-grained, and consistent, with no breaks or dry, and it is not flaky, and it is not wrinkled. Now, healthy skin also has the glow of good blood circulation. It's slightly acidic, and its immune responses react to organisms that touch or try to enter it. That I have not said that good skin is fair or white or dark. Your skin being good has nothing to do with the color. It's more about the condition of the skin. Now we're going to look at some good skincare practices. The first and the most important is good nutrition. All of us have had the saying that you are what you eat, and that is true. So good skin starts, or good skincare practices starts with a well-balanced diet. A well-balanced diet impacts the skin's look and feel, and common skin conditions, and your risk of skin cancer. It includes plenty of protein foods, fruits and vegetables. It includes also liquids, especially water. The knock-on effect of that is that you have overall health, not just your skin that looks good, but you will be healthy overall. Another good skincare practice is good circulation. For you to have good skin, you must of a necessity have good circulation, because good skin has the glow of good circulation. That is good blood circulation. When I say glow, please do not mistake it for light skin, because I know that in the skincare space, a lot of times when people say glow, they're talking about the skin being fair. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about a natural glow that comes from having good blood circulation, because we all know that it is the blood that takes around the nutrients that is in the blood. Okay, so you have good circulation. A large number of blood vessels and adequate circulation is needed to maintain skin health. So if you're going to have good skin, you must not be smoking. You can't be smoking and have good skin. Why? Because nicotine in cigarettes causes blood vessels to get constricted, that is to narrow. And this prevents blood, oxygen, and nutrients from flowing fully through the blood tissues. And one of the conditions or diseases that may happen with poor blood circulation is edema. Now, edema is a swelling caused by fluid collection in the tissues, and it usually occurs in a part of the body that is not moved frequently. And that part is also below the level of the heart. This can be prevented if you elevate the legs or the hands frequently, performing regular range of motion exercises, and also just going to the gym. You can have good circulation by just going to the gym, do exercises, or you can engage in yoga. Yoga is a very good one. You can also engage in yoga. The thing here is that you get the blood moving properly. The next slide, please. Okay. Sorry, can I have the next slide and then come back to this one? Thank you very much. Now, another thing that prevents good circulation is anemia. That is a decrease in blood cells. Don't forget that we're saying that good skin has the glow of good circulation. So we're talking about some of the things that could prevent the good circulation. We've talked about edema. Now we're talking about anemia. Now, anemia is a decrease in red blood cells. Oxygen is essential for skin health, and it is carried by red blood cells. A decrease in their number means less oxygen gets to the skin, which means that skin cells may become unhealthy or may even die. Anemia should be evaluated and treated by your healthcare provider. Also, vascular diseases. A vascular disease or a narrowing of the blood vessel can be caused by diabetes, smoking, high blood pressure, or elevated cholesterol. The result is decreased blood flow to the skin. Now, where this happens, the skin cannot glow. The skin cannot be healthy because it is not getting enough nourishment. So can we go to the slide before this, please? Now, what is unhealthy skin? Now, unhealthy skin may be the result of disorders caused by genetic irregularities, dysfunctional cell renewal processes, toxins, or microbes that invade the skin. If we listened to, if we remember the speaker that talked about the underprivileged children, and he showed us pictures of their skin, we could see that in those pictures, there had been invasion by microbes. That kind of skin is unhealthy. Unhealthy skin may also be the result of poor skin health care, that is, poor lifestyle and dietary choices, the use of harsh chemicals or overexposure to the sun. Next slide, please. Okay. Now, what are some of the good things that we can do, some practices that we can have so that we can have good skin? The first thing is, don't use skincare products containing alcohol. Now, there are some alcohols that are drying alcohols. These are the ones that we're talking about. Not all alcohols dry the skin, but we're talking here about alcohols that dry out the skin. Now, the first thing you should do is read the ingredient list. When you're buying a product, when you're buying any skincare product, form the habit of reading the ingredient list. The ingredient list tells you of all the ingredients that are contained in that product. Now, if you have oily or problematic skin, the alcohol content should not be more than 5%. As for other skin types, you should avoid using lotions and tonics that contain alcohol because it will dry out the skin. As much as possible, buy creams in bottles and not jars. Creams are safer in bottles with dispensing pumps than jars because, first of all, you don't keep dipping your fingers. Don't forget that we're talking about healthy skin. And we said healthy skin is skin that is free of microbial infection. Now, one of the ways by which you can introduce microbes into your cream is when you keep dipping your finger into that cream. So you should avoid buying creams in jars. Instead, buy creams that are in bottles with dispensing pumps. So don't put your fingers in your cream. This prevents bacteria from developing in the cream. Secondly, most natural ingredients retain their properties for a longer period of time if stored in closed bottles. This is very important, especially for organic cream formulators. If you're buying organic creams, natural creams, you know that all the natural ingredients there maintain their product integrity if the container is a closed bottle. If you keep exposing to air, a lot of things can happen. Oxidation and other chemical processes, or introduction of microbes can take place in that cream. Now, stop washing with ordinary soaps. Regular soaps dry out the skin, especially your facial skin. Instead, go for a gel, a tonic, or other cleanser. If you use the appropriate product to wash your face, then you will not have facial tightening. You know, this feeling that you have after washing and your face feels tight, it should not be there. It means that the soap, what you've used to wash your face, especially if it's soap, is drying. And the effect of that will be that the skin will read it as some sort of trauma. And what will happen is that your skin will produce oil to the rescue, to rescue the skin from that dry situation, that dry condition. the skin will produce more sebum so that it's not feeling so dry. Again, don't wash your face too often. Many of us, wash our face several times a day. That is too much for the skin. It irritates the skin because it makes the skin produce more sebum. The way the skin will read it is, oh my God, what's happening to me? I need to get myself oiled. So the skin will produce more sebum to prevent itself from drying out. Now, what happens is that when your skin produces more sebum, when it overproduces sebum, then it makes it prone to acne. And you don't want to get acne because that again is a skin disorder that you don't need. You want to prevent yourself, you want to prevent your skin from acne. Then don't use wet towels to dry your face. Ideally, you should not use the towel for your body, for your face. You should have a face towel. And even that face towel, you change it as frequently as possible. And after using it, ensure that you spread it in a place where it will dry. Don't pick it up the next day when it is still damp and then put on your face. The reason for this is because bacterial growth, but bacteria loves damp environment. And when you keep doing this, you are encouraging bacterial growth on that towel. And the bacteria is growing on that towel and you keep applying to your face, then there's going to be a problem sooner than later. Secondly, again, when you want to dry your face, don't rub it. You just dab. You don't rub with the towel, you dab. Next slide, please. Thank you. Now, also when you scrub, I think this is one area where I think a lot of our people need to know that when you're scrubbing your body, you are not scrubbing a denim material. You're not scrubbing jeans. I've had people say that, oh, they scrub the skin until it's almost bleeding. Some say that they scrub it until there are signs of blood. This should not be so. The fact that you want to scrub your skin does not mean that you should scrub harshly, because when you do that, you are stripping off the acid mantle. The skin has an acid mantle, and that acid mantle creates the acidic environment on the surface of the skin that protects it from microbial infection. So when you now take your scrub and you take a scrub that has very harsh particles, and then you scrub harshly, you are injuring the skin, because what happens is that you will have micro tears. Depending on how roughly you scrub that skin, you may see those tears, in which case they're no longer micro, they're no longer micro. But you should not scrub your skin harshly, and you should not scrub too often. If you have acne, you should not even be scrubbing, at all. You should be using a chemical exfoliant. So scrub particles damage dry and sensitive skin and clog pores in oily and normal skin. So avoid scrubbing too harshly to prevent micro tears. If you have acne, you shouldn't use scrubs. You're better off using chemical exfoliants. Now, again, also, don't use too many different makeup products at a time. In fact, I'm going to expand this to mean don't use too many products, too many skincare products at a time. A lot of us, especially women, because, we want to have good skin and we want to have it here and now, we buy product A, they tell us, oh, this is the magic potion. We buy it, we use it for maybe 2 weeks, we don't get the desired result, then we change it again, we get another one, we don't see the result, then we see our friend and we ask who has good skin and we say, but what are you using? She says, oh, I'm using product B. Then we buy product B because we want to see that, we want to get that kind of result. All of that are going to be counterproductive. because your skin has to get used to the product that you're using. If you use too many creams, lotions, and change them too often, what will happen is that your skin will get dull, it will be irritated because it can't get used to the new treatments. Also, you have to have the habit of resting your skin. You must have days where you're not wearing any makeup. You're just leaving your skin to breathe. There's no foundation, there's no concealer. You're just leaving your skin to breathe. You're leaving your pores to breathe. So it's better to avoid using full coverage foundations, really. Use them only when maybe you have a special occasion, but don't make it a daily affair where you're using, maybe you have spots on your skin and you feel, oh, my skin has spots, I don't want to go out like this, and then you layer on the foundation. Please don't do that. Avoid using full coverage foundations that clog your pores. You also have to wash your face in the evening and let your skin rest at least 1 to 2 times a week. And then choose non-comedogenic foundations. Non-comedogenic means foundations that won't clog your pores and sebaceous glands. The next slide, please. Get enough sleep. It's amazing what enough sleep does for the skin. Lack of sleep causes stress, and this increases the level of cortisol. Now, cortisol is a hormone that influences the amount of sebum produced and premature aging. When we sleep, the level of cortisol decreases and our skin can get, some rest. So good sleep is great as a beauty remedy. Do not live a sedentary lifestyle. Like I said earlier, good circulation reflects on your skin. A sedentary lifestyle changes the blood and the skin gets dull. Try to walk more. I mean, short distances that you can walk and add 2 to 3 workouts a week. Yoga or Zumba classes will also suffice. If you like to dance, you like to do yoga, please do it. Most important thing, get the circulation moving. Do not consume too much salt. Salt keeps water in the body and causes facial swelling. Note that even if you don't add it directly into your food, your dishes, there are seasonings that contain salt. So you need to be aware. When we're talking about salt, you may need to, either take one. If you're going to add seasonings, maybe you don't use salt at all. And if you're going to use salt, then you reduce very drastically your seasoning, or you don't use it, you use natural seasonings. And we have a lot of those. Next slide, please. Now, avoid sweets, sugars, and carbonated drinks. Sugar destroys the collagen that is responsible for our skin's elasticity and for keeping wrinkles at bay. There are healthy alternatives. Now, take care of your whole body. Wash your skin after every physical activity and after preparing oily food. Avoid oily skin products and over-moisturizing. If you notice small bumps on your skin, please see an esthetician or a dermatologist. Next slide. Now, how do you know if a product contains harmful chemicals? You read the labels. You must get acquainted with, there's a list of harmful skincare ingredients. If you Google, you'll find that list. So form the habit of reading labels on your skincare products before you buy them. Look for beauty brands that are transparent and disclose all their ingredients. Consider natural brands that are not just safe, but also contain potent ingredients. Now, don't be quick to assume a natural brand is safe, as some of the natural plant-derived ingredients can also turn out to be irritants. Next slide, please. What are non-toxic skincare and makeup? Non-toxic skincare ingredients include everything that is not a red flag ingredient. These ingredients are not hormone disruptors, they are not carcinogens, and they are not allergens. They are safe to use and are not listed as toxic by environment agencies. Most of the natural ingredients from plant sources come under the category of non-toxic skincare and cosmetic ingredients. The makeup and skincare industry will not make it a priority to make us aware of what goes into their products. And we all know this. A lot of products are sold out there without ingredient list. It's just plain bottles, plain jars. But we need to do our own research. We must take responsibility for our skins and switch to safer ingredients for a healthy skin and body. Next slide, please. So what is the importance? Having said all of this, what is the importance of skin health care education in Nigeria? Skin health care education is of critical importance in our society because we have never seen the type of heightened beauty and skincare awareness that we have now. Both men and women have upped their game in terms of skincare products, personal grooming, and beauty treatments. Skincare products from all over the world are coming into our country. And this is accelerated by e-commerce and the fact that technology has made the world a global village. The world of beauty has gone back to nature. So everywhere you go, you hear phrases like organic or natural. Okay, the next slide, please.
So we're almost done.
Yes, we're almost done.
Okay.
Okay. So while going back to nature in itself is not bad, it's actually great because nature has so much to offer mankind. But there are two major concerns, two major issues of concern in Nigeria now. One is the use of high doses of steroids and hydroquinone, in fact, up to 13%, mercury, harsh chemicals, and toxic ingredients by many organic and natural skincare formulators. And the second is the overexposure to sunlight. A vast majority of these formulators have no knowledge of skincare health and are totally ignorant of the short and long-term implications. They sell these products to unsuspecting public, most of whom are equally ignorant of skincare health. Cosmetic formulators should enroll in beauty schools to get the requisite education about the skin. You cannot, you see, I strongly believe, I have nothing against formulating, it's great. But I strongly believe that education is critical. You must understand this organ called the skin. We have courses about the skin, we have courses on chemistry, cosmetic ingredients, cosmetic science. They should get educated, you know, with on these in these areas before dabbling into skincare formulations. This way, they would understand how cosmetic ingredients are constituted, how they interact with other ingredients, what ingredients can be used for what claim, what is safe and what is not, and how the skin responds to these ingredients. Lightening and whitening products that promise results in 4 days, 1 week, etc., are certainly not safe. Natural lighteners are available. They're very slow, but they're relatively safer. Next slide, please. On overexposure to sunlight, we all know that Nigeria is in the tropics. So for most of the year, the sun is overhead for most of the day. Now, the depletion of the ozone makes more UVA, that's the aging rays, and UVB, the burning rays, to hit the skin and cause photo damage, skin cancer, etc. We have all had at some point or the other that the cases of skin cancer are on the increase right now. It is therefore important to wear sunscreen. For the sunscreen to be effective, it should be applied about 15 minutes before going into the sun and reapplied every 2 hours for efficacy. We must try as much as possible to avoid the sun at its peak, which is between 10 a.m. and 3 p.m. Now, if you must be out, then please wear a wide brim hat. If you cannot wear a hat, try to keep it to the shades, use an umbrella. It's important. Use your sunscreen. Very, very important. Next slide, please. I think we're done. Okay. All right. So I want to thank everybody. I hope that you've been able to pick one or two things from my presentation. And I'm just want to throw this out there. If you're a formulator here, or you desire to have a successful career in beauty, then I invite you to enroll at Avi Beauty Smith. We use an internationally certified curriculum to offer training in aesthetics, cosmetology, and one of the modules is cosmetic science. We are fully equipped and we have highly trained and qualified trainers who have both field and classroom experience.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Madam Kofo.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you. It's a lot. Yeah, I see people clapping and I see people following.
Thank you. Thank you.
I mean, I heard some things and I'm like, did I hear well? Am I sure? Am I sure? Yeah, because the truth is we know, I told you when we were going to start that here, we have a lot to learn, unlearn, and relearn. So thank you for that in-depth. And don't forget that you can get this slide, this particular slide from Madame Kofo, you can get it when you order for your brochure. So you can get a copy of the brochure so that you have all the slides from all the speakers, so you don't get to miss out in any form at all. Thank you. Thank you once again, Mama. Wow, it's amazing. I love the fact that this has been so enriching, it's been so educating. Thank you so much to everyone who stayed from the very beginning to this time. And we are just at the peak, at the apex. We're just about to get into the very juicy part. Like I said, so I'm going to be inviting Mr. Timmy. We are doing something very, very significant. Something really significant right now. Okay, we have a comment in the section. We have a question, not like a question, but ma'am, please, if you can just respond via chat. Olufumilaya is saying, where is your spa located? Do you offer online trainings? So you can just drop it in the chat box so that everyone gets the answer to that, right? Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you. I want to confirm if Mr. Timmy is still here. If Mr. Timmy is here, so that you can just help us do the lunch. I hope. Mr. Abiodun. Okay, Mr. Abiodun Tata is here. You're also going to be a part of the lunch. I've asked you to unmute yourself. Mr. Abiodun Tata. You are taking part in the lunch. Today we're launching a magazine at Skin Beauty Magazine. Mr. Abiodun, please, I've asked you to unmute your mic. Please unmute. Please, as that is going on, Belima, please be ready for the boot camp, the boot camp details, right? Please just get that ready. So I'm going to be displaying the picture of the magazine. Mr. Abiodun, you have the floor, ma'am. So you have the floor, sir. Sorry about that. You have the floor, sir. So over to you, sir. You are in charge of the magazine launch. I'm going to be bringing it up now.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just hearing about this.
Okay, all right. I wonder. Okay. Oh, you're muted. Oh, all right. Okay, I guess Mr. Building is probably just getting to know that he is doing the lunch. All right. Okay, I want to Madam Kike, please, you can just chat him up. I would call him again. While we're doing that, Belima, please, could you just give us details about the boot camp? The boot camp coming up soonest. Please give us the details about the boot camp so that everyone is intimated about that. Please unmute, Belima.
Okay, thank you very much. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Just to quickly mention, it's been a pleasure to be on the call and learn a whole lot. So as a follow-up to this event, there is a planned and a scheduled 3-day online bootcamp just for further learnings and also information dissemination. The date is 7th of April to 9th of April. There is a commitment fee of 2,500 Naira, which I can assure you it's nothing compared to all that you will be learning on the the 3 days course. So we employ everyone to please take advantage of this. Quickly sign up for this opportunity. We'll be closing on the 4th of April. And we want you to please spread the word. What are some of the benefits? There is a flyer that will go out on all of our social media handles, but there's also opportunity too for persons to get jobs who participate on this boot camp. So thank you so much for the opportunity to make this boot camp available to all. So that's it, Mary.
All right, thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Bellman. So to everyone who is interested, I really think you should, in fact, you should be a part of this, right? You've seen how it is. This is a free event, and you've seen how juicy, how like cogent, how meaty it is. So you don't want to miss the one when it's now 3 days, guys, a whole 3 days, 3 whole days. Don't miss it. It's just 2,500, less than the amount you used to buy burger or pizza. You get? Yeah. So it's a worthy investment. I must say it's a worthy investment. All right. Now I'm going to now invite Mr. I'm going to call back Mr. Abiodun. I hope you're ready for us now, sir. I'm going to call back Mr. Abiodun, and I'm going to be also displaying the picture of the magazine. I'm also going to be displaying the picture of the magazine. If Mr. Abiodun is not available, I'm just going to go over to talk about the magazine. Mr. Abiodun, please just confirm to me if you are available to handle this, or if you're not, I'll probably just...
yeah, hi. Can you hear me?
Hello, sir, are you there?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Okay, yes, I can hear you, sir.
Okay, yeah, thank you. Thank you for the opportunity to launch the book. So can we see the book?
Yes,
can we see a copy
magazine. I'm going to be
the magazine, rather.
And also to announce quickly, Madam Koforola Martins is the SKINTERVENTION Nigeria matron. Madam Koforola is the SKINTERVENTION Nigeria matron. Ooh, yes. I'm going to be putting up the picture of the magazine now. And yes, let me see if she's gonna be shocked. I did announce that we are going to be doing something. Yep. Wow, amazing.
Perfect.
This is it.
Perfect. Okay, yeah, thank you very much. So I'm sure that it's going to be a very rich magazine. We've heard a lot from the facilitators for today, and I think it's also good, to have a brochure, coming out of this session, something that you can refer to, and something that will tell you more about how to treat your skin. We all know that skincare is very utmost in staying healthy. There are a lot of diseases that are associated with the skin, where we have not been very careful in managing this particular, I will call it, part of our body. The interesting thing is, I think the skin is actually the most prominent part of the body, exposed to all forms of, hazard. There is no way anything will get into the body without first passing through the skin, apart from maybe the nose and the mouth. So we thank the author of this magazine, and I believe that we should encourage the author for putting this together. So on that note, I launch this magazine, and I encourage every member that is in this session to participate in the launch. So, and I will start by taking up how many pieces? How many pieces should I take?
You have the floor, so call the shop.
Okay, let's start with how much is one? You didn't tell us
Okay,
the cost of the magazine.
one copy of the magazine goes for 2,000 naira, sir.
Okay, so I'll take 15 copies of the magazine.
Oh, amazing! Thank you.
Take 15 copies.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr.
Yeah, so over to you, please.
All right, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yay, 15 copies of the shelf. All right, let me run over to, okay, Auntie Peggy is still here. Auntie Peggy is still here. Okay, Auntie Peggy, I'm bringing you back. Unmute yourself. How many copies are you taking? How many copies? I know that a lot of people are going to be taking copies. I want to see your comment. Let me see your comment in the chat box. Let me see your comment. Let me see your comment. Let me know let me even know if you're excited that this magazine is out and this magazine is here to stay. Let me know. Let me see. I'm just going to, after Antipejo, I know that other people are probably just going to, get in touch with Mrs. Kike. Of course, you can always reach out and you will get your copy. Antipejo is not available. Are you there? Are you there, ma'am? Okay, if she's not available, it's fine. We're just going to go over now to the next agenda. So I know very well. Oh, okay, I'm seeing comments. I'm sorry, I didn't read it. Oh, hooray, amazing. How much does the magazine goes for 2,000 naira, please? The magazine goes for 2,000 naira. It's just 2,000 naira for a copy. Yes, so with 2,000 naira, you get a copy for yourself. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm sure that every other person would get in touch with Madam Kike. Madam Kike, please could you confirm to me if there is a number we could probably call or send a message to order for copies? If there is, please drop it in the chat box for me so that I can also push that out, please. Thank you so much. All right. Thank you so very much, everyone. It's been a great time being here. We are not done yet. Madam Kofo, would you like to say something, ma'am? All right, let me unmute you. Okay. Unmute, ma'am. You have the permission.
Okay. Good afternoon once again, everyone. I am almost short of words, honestly. Honestly. I just want to say a very huge thank you for this honor. I thank Kike Opatola. Like I said earlier, she's such a driven woman, and she's a woman of vision as well. She's a woman of unusual vision. I just want to say a big thank you to her. Thank you to her team, the Wura Gold team, the SKINTERVENTION team. I just want to say a very, very big thank you. Thank you so much. I mean, it's really humbling, really, honestly. I'll be taking copies of the magazine, but I'd rather not disclose how much. But be assured that I will take copies. I mean, I will take copies. And I just want to say that the vision of Wura Gold is a shared vision, is a vision that I believe in personally, and Avi Beauty Smith, we believe in it. And you can be assured of our support at all times. Yes, be assured of our support at all times. Thank you so very much once again.
Thank you so very much, ma'am. We celebrate you, we honor you. I said it the other time that, I have a bigger surprise. But I know that she didn't even see that coming. All right, so let's go over now. Thank you so much to everyone who waited. Just one more thing before we close finally. Just one more thing. I know you have been here since morning and I do not even, I hope the ushers serving the zobo and the jollof rice has gotten to you. Why you opening? Please ensure you get yours. We have sent them across. Yeah. Please take your zobo and take your jollof rice. It's very hot and spicy. Please ensure you get it before you go. You have to take it. You have to take it before you go. All right. So we're just going to go over now to do the vote of thanks, and I'm going to invite Mrs. Kike once again to do the recognition and the appreciation, and of course the closing remark. Mrs. Kike, ma'am, over to you so that we can officially call this a wrap. Unmute, unmute.
Okay, thank you. I'm unmuted. Good afternoon, everyone. It's a great pleasure to have everyone here. I'm so delighted. I appreciate everyone for being a part of the success story of the first virtual conference in 2021. We are setting a pace and we are setting records. We are open for volunteers. We are open for partnership. We are open for collaboration. We are open for a lot, so much. And the matron has said it all. You'll be seeing more of our faces. And that was the reason why we intentionally made her face known for the first cover. She's well appreciated in the skin beauty industry. And she has been doing a whole lot in the past. We said she must not hide her face. She must come out at this point in time. And we feel honored that she was able to stay to the end of the program. She looks so beautiful, looking young as ever. And we hope to our story. We really appreciate you. We say kudos to Mary, our event compere. He has really done a lot in a short while to turn the virtual conference around. And we also recommend that for anyone that needs to have any events, she's good at what she does. So you can as well reach out to her. So like she said, we've been dropping, I think numbers have been sent. Mary's work has not stopped. We still have the Skin Beauty Festival coming up later in the year, where we have 3 days, exhibitions. We have a whole lot of skin industry people around for them to showcase their skin beauty activities. So we will still keep.
Madam Coco, please, what did you say, ma?
No, unmute her.
What did you say, ma? Do you want
She's muted. She's muted. Unmute her.
Oh, Madam Kofo. Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, she's muted.
Okay.
Okay. Yes. So, Mary, what were you? Okay. You wanted me to make a comment about something.
No. So I meant to mention Madam Kike. Sorry, not Madam Kofo.
Okay,
Madam,
we appreciate
something. I wanted to be sure I heard it right.
Yeah, you heard me right. We appreciate Mr. Biodun Dada as well for launching the brochure, and everyone also that has been contacting us. Some don't like to show their faces. They've been contacting us directly even before the Skin Beauty magazine is up. So we appreciate everyone, and we say thank you. We'll be sending out a feedback link, and we hope to get back from you. Your feedback, it forwards us, and we'll be like your feedback, gotten back to the intervention team. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. God bless you.
Right. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Madam Kofo. Thank you. It's great to know that finally we have come to the end of this event. I must say thank you so much. I must say thank you so much to everyone. Thank you. It's been a great time hosting you. I'm so blessed to be your host today. Beauty, I can see you over there. Continue. Thank you so much. You all have been an amazing virtual audience. I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you for cooperating. And of course, thank you to everyone who was working behind the scene. Thank you to everyone who has been sending me messages. I am so glad. Thank you. And finally, this is where we call it a wrap. Intervention Conference 2021 was a success. And thanks to you all for being a part of it. Thank you. Shout out to everyone. Yes, the time was really worth it. Thank you, Nkechi, for that feedback. The time was really worth it. I'm so glad that we all learned a lot. I'm so glad that we have something to take away from here. All right. So you read again from us. You're going to get mails from us. You're going to probably get a text message again. Please ensure you fill the feedback form and get in touch with us for your brochure, for your magazine, for anything you want us to do for you. Just send us a message on WhatsApp or on, you can just make a call. You're going to get a response. The numbers are there in the chat box. You can just check there. You get the numbers. If you want to pay for the magazine, the account number is also there. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye. Bye, everyone. Yep, it was a success. Music to entertain some of us. Music to entertain some of us.
Your eyes are full of love, and it's overwhelming, pouring down our spring.
The DJ is playing the music.
And your evident presence all over, knowing us, knowing. Your eyes are full of love, it's overwhelming, pouring down our spring.
Come back, baby, I love you. Tell me you love me too. I'll tell you too fine. I love the way you make me smile. I know you'll never leave my side. Oh, how I love those eyes. Eres el mejor.